welcome to episode 41 of the Sunday Sequence Break. It is the 16th of December 2012, or the 17th if you're in Europe. You don't have to tell me that. And this week we are doing Portal 2, that's right, with Xebaz.
Hello.
And Znernicus.
Hello, guys.
So an X and a Z in the chat there, because I mean, the other letters aren't cool enough, I suppose.
No, exactly.
So,
X and Z are definitely the coolest letters. I would agree with that.
they're cool. I mean, I don't know why they hang out with Y. Y is pretty terrible in comparison. But regardless of the letter hierarchy of coolness, we also have some more letters with us this evening. There's PJ.
Hello.
Feasel.
Hi.
There's Duckfist in there somewhere, but he's going to be a bit quiet this episode, he informed me.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Oh, hey, there
you go. It's a good one. I like it. And then, obviously, me, Flicky. And as you can see, we're going to Game of the Week first again, because we thought last week's show, it worked pretty well, so we're going to do it again. And again, and again, and again, and then forget about it, and so on.
But if it doesn't work well, we're going to blame it on Xebaz and Znernicus for the rest of this show.
Exactly, yeah. That's a good point.
Every episode from now on is going to be blamed on them.
Yeah. And,
unless it goes well, then.
But, hey.
We get no credits if it goes good?
Well, no.
Oh.
No, that just means we got lucky.
All the credit goes to Duckfist if it goes well. Every bit of it.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Sure. I just woke up like an hour ago.
No, perfect, man. You did already wake up.
Whoa. No need to brag.
Yeah, dude. Some of us haven't been able to sleep as good as you. Wow, I'd call that sentence
collect paycheck.
flawless.
Win.
Okie doke. We'll do a little recap then. And we'll start with PJ, because why not?
Oh, man. So much pressure.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, we're getting close to AGDQ time.
Scarily close.
Yeah, so I've just been grinding my games real hard. I got a new PB in Metalmorph by about 15 minutes, which is pretty awesome.
Wow. Nice.
I listened to you play that on Skype, and it didn't sound like you'd even played it before.
Yeah, that game will do that. I did some super ghouls and ghosts after that, and my cart is alright. So my good cart is having problems now, and my bad cart is like I can't even play it anymore because it's impossible. Like all the enemies spawn in different spots and they move way faster than they should.
Wait, what?
And
Ghost cart?
yeah, I don't know what happened to it, but it's like it's real bad. I'm not even making it up either. Like it's repeatedly bad.
Wow.
And my good cart is tending to go that way too, which I'm pretty scared about because that's
I think it was the way the game was intended to be played.
Yeah, it's like that they just designed this game to get harder over time.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone in my chat pointed out that it's based on how many times you throw the torch. So, I don't know, I gotta figure that out.
Yeah.
But I did a whole bunch of Rockman and Forte practice, and I've been routing it with Mega Man now instead of Forte. And that's actually been shaping up really well. Looking forward to that a lot more now. Good progress all around. Oh, and Mecha Richter and I found a new glitch in Battletoads and Double Dragon.
I just assume that's true every time you play the game.
Yeah.
Feezy, what have you been doing?
Oh man, this week, let's see.
I heard you almost won a 96 exit race.
I was close. I was about 8 seconds away from our buddy Drammy.
Yeah.
Which is good to see some of the practicing paying off. And then that was a PB, my first sub 130. And then the next day, after I got completely owned at the puzzle race, I did a run right after that, and I cut it down to 127.40 something, I think.
It's pretty crazy.
So yeah, that's within about 40 seconds of Menbu if you take into account the version differences, and then about 2 minutes from Dram. So I was really happy to get that. It just came out of nowhere. But I also been practicing some Zelda 2, just trying to learn the spell skip. You can skip the spell called spell, and it makes.
See, I wasn't aware that skipping spell was unusual. I thought that was normal.
No, I'd seen it done before, but the any percents haven't been doing it for the most part. I think one of them did, but the most recent ones have not. And Arctic Eagle took to skipping life instead of but getting spell, and then ProJN has got his own strategy where I think he gets life, but he skips spell, because you can skip one or the other, and they both save about the same amount of time. And it's sort of a toss-up which one's better, but I kind of think I like the skipping spell idea better than skipping life, because it's just really brutal when you can't heal yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it allows you to go crazy on bosses, right?
Yeah, a bit. Well, I mean, you can be a little bit more reckless.
Yeah,
but, the main thing is just trying to learn how to get through this Valley of Death part without casting spell. It's a little tricky.
Yeah,
I'm working on it.
All right, Duckfist, have you been doing anything you want to mention before you collapse?
Well, I haven't been nearly as productive as you guys, but I barely streamed this week. But I did spend a lot of time setting up my stream and getting finally got game sound to work pretty well.
You've also been working on some pretty cool stuff for the marathon, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like your program thing is going to make everything look awesome.
I guess it's just going to display text, but should do it pretty conveniently.
We've never had that before, so...
Oh, that's cool. Text on the stream. Not bad.
That are awesome.
No, but so I've been working on that. It'll be pretty cool, and it should make things a little bit simpler for an operator in front of the stream machine. I did a 1 life clear of Gradius 2 on NES.
I know. I saw part of it because I was confused.
Oh, cool. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I was mostly just to test out my game sound in the stream, and I got Americ TV set up, so now every time I stream, I will be recording, and it's much easier for me to do it that way than juggle DVDs and stuff. And
Cool, sure.
I also routed a little bit of Super Mario World, Donut Plains. Got a few stages down in that, but it's going to take me a while till I get to a place where I'm comfortable with actually running.
A little bit at a time.
Still not at that place, I think.
No, I'm not comfortable. No.
Okay, well,
Just
thanks
take
for the inspiration there.
Yeah, you'll never get comfortable.
You'll never be happy.
I mean,
Why
geez,
even try?
Feasel, I know you've been playing it for like a year. I know you were playing the last AGDQ.
Yeah.
So I got ways to go
Yeah.
there. That's it for me.
All right.
Yeah,
As for me, I played Left 4 Dead some, and I still don't know why we're playing it, because the more we play it, the more stupid things we find, which means the less likely we are to ever finish getting a segment. We spent ages toying with this trick that they tried to patch out, but they didn't patch out, and then we decided it was too difficult, but then we were so used to doing it by default that we just kept doing it. So we tried to remove it from our route, and it just didn't work, so we kept doing that.
Have to try.
It's good fun. I found a trick, though, which is cool, but it's not that interesting. You might see it at the marathon, I guess. And I also played some Devil May Cry 3. I did my first full game runs this week, and they are about half an hour quicker than I expected them to be, and still terrible, so yeah.
Huh.
That's good. It means I can finish somewhere around the estimate I've given, so yeah.
Oh, so it was half an hour slower than you thought, but still ahead of estimate?
No, half an hour quicker than I thought.
Or that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically you're just really bad at giving estimates?
No, because last year, I finished Bayonetta in 3 hours or whatever it was, but it was still 3 hours and 50 minutes of me on the stream. So I accounted for whatever random bullshit happens before and after the run, which I cannot be held accountable for. But yeah, excellent. Zebaz, what have you been doing?
I've been trying to improve my pole 1 no out bounce time,
Mm-hmm.
and playing co-op with Kolfra, but he's getting pissed off at me because my sleeping pattern is weird.
Yeah. Wake up today?
I woke up at 1 hour ago.
Yeah, so there you go.
I swear we weren't sleeping together.
Just for the record, man, we weren't.
That's right. You joined the Skype call first, so that they won't know we were together.
Yeah. oh man, that's
I just woke up an hour ago. Oh, me too. I mean, 3 hours ago.
An hour and 10 minutes ago.
It's the classic, okay, you leave the bathroom now, I'll leave in 15 minutes.
Yeah. We did that on a plane once. It didn't work out. Znernicus.
Okay, so actually I went and improved my Portal 1 no out of bounds PB by, I think, over a minute, just because I didn't really have a good run before it, so then I went back and just did a few attempts and actually got like 3 PBs almost back to back. So I got that sub 18 minutes, and I'm happy with that for now, but maybe I'll get sub 17 minutes in the future. I don't know.
So you've been playing Portal 2.
I've also.
How's that for a segue? It's Game of the Week time.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
actually,
shit.
last night I did a run in preparation for AGDQ. I did a race with, I think it was Isolytic.
Yes.
And I actually got my second fastest run ever, so things are looking pretty good.
That's not bad, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That means
Alright.
it's not
This game.
accurate AGDQ practice.
We
Yeah.
better
You
see
gotta
a world record on HGDQ.
Just wait, because it will be accurate ADDGQ practice when a week before the marathon, all your runs are terrible.
Right.
Every
You get that
run you
one
do.
run that's 15 minutes slower than your best.
Yeah.
Like, man, I don't know what happened. My PC shut off in the middle of it, and then the power went out.
I've never had that problem.
It's good. Right, so Portal 2. Now, see, this is the good thing about having Game of the Week first is there's always a segue. Because the guests are playing the game anyway, so it's pretty sweet. So, I mean, here we are with our new redesigned Game of the Week thing. In about 40 minutes from now, you should be excited to be playing, want to play Portal 2 audience, okay? Apparently about 85% of the audience are Portal 2 speedrunners, so that's going to be pretty easy. But, alright, so, okay, I don't know which of you wants to do this, but tell us about Portal 2.
Xebaz, do you
And
want
don't just read this verbatim. I know you've written it down, but don't just read it off the page.
I think Znernicus should start some single players, like the more advanced.
Can you have it
Yes,
where
that's
he
true.
starts and then you both start talking at the same time and it like sort of segues into your voice naturally? Can you do that?
We can try.
Okay.
Okay. So Portal 2 is a sequel to Portal 1, obviously, but it's a lot longer. It's a fully developed game with a very good storyline, which I'm not really going to ruin because there are spoilers in it.
Cave
But
Johnson.
it's
Fully developed game.
Cave Johnson's.
Cave Johnson.
Yeah, fully developed as compared to Portal 1, which was like pretty short. And it was
GLaDOS.
just part of the orange box.
Yeah.
Yeah, so GLaDOS is back, and so is Wheatley, the new character.
And for the record, GLaDOS is also
in-
in a movie now. Did you see that?
Wait, what? No, I
Off
did not.
topic, dude. Pacific Rim. There's this movie coming out, which is monsters fighting robots, and GLaDOS is like in it.
Oh my
I
God.
saw that trailer.
Yeah. Did you
I
not hear
need to-
GLaDOS?
I'll watch-
It
I
sounds
need to watch
exactly
that.
like GLaDOS.
It is. It's the fucking same person. It's totally GLaDOS. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry. Carry on.
Anyway, so this game has a total of 9 chapters, and I'd say in casual playthrough, it would probably take between like 7 and 10 hours to complete. I think my first playthrough took a little less than 10 hours. But now that we're speedrunning it, that obviously is going to be cut down a lot. So far, the record for single player is 1 hour, 11 minutes without loads and 31 seconds. Forgot to mention seconds. So it's a very fun game to speedrun because there are a lot of unique tricks in different chambers, but then there's also a few major glitches that appear throughout the entirety of the run. Oh, wow. Right now we're watching, if you see that, the box just broke. That's one of the weirdest individual glitches where it's like you just pause as you're hitting the bottom of that and the glass breaks. You're supposed to like paint the cube bouncy and make it bounce around, and that wastes a lot of time. But
sometimes you even like teleport into the cube.
yeah, you
like,
can teleport
cube.
inside of the box too. It's
And
really
it happened to me once, and the cube just went insane and went to the like limit.
Okay, so I'm guessing this summary has very quickly become the game's quite broken. So
yeah.
Not as broken as Portal 1, but still.
It's essentially a puzzle game, right?
It is a puzzle game where you have a portal gun and you create these portals so that you can travel from one place to another, and that's how you solve the puzzle. And there are lots of this game added a lot of new puzzle elements that Portal 1 didn't have. It has lasers, it has the propulsion gel, which the orange gel makes you go fast, and it has the repulsion gel, which is the blue gel, which makes you bounce. So those are pretty cool additions. And it also has the excursion funnel, which is actually led to one of it's quite broken. It led to probably the biggest glitch in the game, which is crouch flying. So we'll get some highlights of that later.
This fling is actually quite funny because
this fling. There are people who discovered this fling on their first playthrough of the game. It skips picking up GLaDOS, which is just a huge skip, and it's not even a glitch. It's just a proper double fling.
So there's obviously
after you break the storyline completely by leaving her behind.
Yeah.
After you do that, she just shows up randomly in the next
she just like teleports to Polygon for no reason.
And then she's real mad.
All of a sudden, there she is.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okey-doke. So there's a bunch of big skips like that, I guess, and there's small ones, big ones, skips for everybody.
Yep.
Yes.
Skips the game. But okay, and then there's also a co-op mode, right?
Yes.
I guess Xebaz, you want to talk about co-op?
There isn't really a lot to talk about co-op. It's like single player, just with some lag difference.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
it was
there's also double. There's also double the amount of portals.
Yeah. There's also the double amount of failing.
There's also double amount of loading as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
For some reason, you don't load at the same time. You like Atlas loads first and then Peabody, and it just makes so you load really long.
Yeah.
But,
it's horrible.
Very
it
nice.
really is horrible.
Yeah.
It's double everything.
People call me and Colfer cheaters because we, at least I play on lowest graphics, and both of us have an SSD.
Yeah.
So a lot of people
loads are like insanely fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I play Left 4 Dead with Oasis, he has like 4 SSDs in raid with each other. He loads he loads like 5 seconds before everybody else. So, yeah. I should really put Left 4 Dead on my SSD, but I can't be bothered.
That's genius.
But
And
regardless,
you're playing on a toaster that you plug an Ethernet cord into.
well, here's the thing, right? As long as I'm not the last to load, I don't mind. Okay, so now there's single player mode, there's a co-op mode, which means there are 2 categories. It's just any percent for both.
Yeah.
It's not really.
There's no percentage. It's just either single player or co-op.
Yeah.
And there's no distinction between using out of bounds tricks or not, because there are hardly any out of bounds tricks in this game.
There's only one useful out of bounds trick.
I think generally no out of bounds.
There should be a video about the out of bounds trick for co-op. The only useful.
There's no out of bounds tricks in single player.
And it doesn't.
There are
really
some tricks that are.
Well,
There's some tricks that don't necessarily go out of bounds, but they go out of the normal.
Off route. They're off route tricks, aren't they?
Yeah, they're off route, but they're not out of bounds of the.
Okay, so this should be an out of bounds now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just saw it. That was actually a portal bump out of bounds, which is interesting. It's also one of the.
For some reason, there's a wall out of bounds there, and if you jump to the left, you can get boosted inside again on the top layer. And doing that can save 5 seconds compared to the other way to get up there.
So it's surprisingly in bounds, but it's still sort of off route quite a lot, isn't it? Right.
You can fail that jump and just fall forever and never get
And you'd have to reset at that point.
Yeah, so you have to restart the map.
All right. I also forgot to mention in the chat that we'll be looking for chat questions throughout the show a bit more than we have been. So, feasel, PJ, or I will be checking chat and then finding any good questions. So if you do have a question about what you've just seen, go ahead and I was meant to say that before we started, but whatever.
Way to go, Flicky.
I know.
Way to drop the ball.
Right. And does anybody do challenge runs or anything like that? Or
yeah, a lot of people.
Mostly just like.
Is it just for fun?
Yeah, just like for fun, but most of the time it's really irritating since challenge time.
It's very competitive, though. There are some really, really competitive people in the challenge time leaderboards, and that's actually where I think there are probably more challenge time speedrunners than there are single segment runners. Oh, definitely. There definitely are.
That's because it's a lot quicker. Okay, so speaking of runners, what's the history of running this game then? Because it's not actually that old. Early last year, was it, or is it? Late the year before.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think it was 2011, wasn't it?
Or 2000. I have no idea when it got released, actually.
I'm going to look it up now, but you guys can... So, April 19th, 2011, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, tell us about the history. So who started running it? Who were the first guys to run the game? Because it seemed like it happened almost right away.
Yeah, some glitches were found right away.
I think it was Rumscout who found the ceiling funnel glitch.
Yeah, he found the first variation of crouch flying with a funnel. It was very limited in use when we first found it because we didn't know all the different ways that you can actually initiate it. He just thought that you had to be up against the ceiling. We later found out that it could work in any funnel where you're just not moving in the funnel.
Yeah.
And then you can start flying.
As long as you don't jump into the funnel.
Yeah, as long as you don't jump into it.
Okay, so
I
we got
remember that video.
Yeah, I remember it too.
Posted that like the first week the game was out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It was like, oh, look, I'm stuck in the ceiling and now I can crouch over here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But right, so there's a bunch of pretty cool names here. So you just want to list off who these guys are, because I mean I quite like their names. And if you want to do their Brangelina style co-op names, you can do those too.
Well, I could start with Bananasaurus Rex. He used to have like all the world records for challenge timer, which is a pretty cool name. But he pretty much stopped playing Pool 2. So he doesn't really have a lot of world records anymore in challenge timer.
Yeah, I don't know if he has any actually. Like Pocky pretty much came and stole a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like if you thought Bananasaurus was impressive before, it's like now Pocky is just insane.
Yeah.
Right. So
Australians are OP.
there's also Invictus. There's a guy called Chubfish.
Chubfish, yeah.
There's
Chubfish is a great guy.
Exhale. There's RNE Lord, which I don't know what RNE stands for, but
Me neither.
then there's S. It says here Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then obviously Xebaz and Znernicus. Colfra too.
Yeah, Znernicus is
Zebra.
me and Zero Cool.
Yeah, and then Zebra is better.
Yeah.
I think Zebra's like perfect. It's like actually
it's
a word.
me and Colfra's name.
So it says here,
Zebaz
it says here, Zebra taught Znernicus. People found out about Chubhale's existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't actually know.
We actually didn't know they were running Pool 2 also.
Yeah.
But then, like everybody, like S met him, I think, and he taught us so many strats.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. So then it says Generation S, Chubhale, and Challenge Mode runners. And then there's some more good names here. Demonstrate who was he also called Transgenic?
Yeah.
His YouTube name was Transgenic.
Okay, right.
So he was one of the first people to work on a lot of the individual chamber routes for, like, not just challenge timer mode, but for actual single segment runs, like potentially, or segmented runs as well.
Yeah, he uploaded a lot of
I just saw
routes.
that video. What the hell just happened with that pipe?
Oh, that's a really cool trick.
Which isn't anywhere in the notes.
It's because it's not a glitch that's used in multiple places. It's just it only works there. For some reason, that pipe is bouncy, and I guess the reasoning behind it is that it's supposed to be carrying the bouncy gel inside of it. I don't know why they would program the outside of the pipe to be bouncy, but they did. So we can use it to bounce up in between these two pipes and completely skip this really, really slow moving elevator that would normally carry you up.
Fantastic.
So it's a really nice skip.
Perfect.
It's really hard to do too.
Yeah, I needed a setup for it. There was no way I was just gonna jump into that without some sort of visual setup.
This the only trick you really need a setup for, unless it's like a pixel perfect shot or something.
Oh yeah, there are a few.
Okay, so right, is that all the runners? Are there any other runners you want to mention?
Jesus.
You mentioned Pocky.
Jesus, definitely. Jesus was going after Znernicus' world record before, but he pretty much slacked off.
God damn it,
He's
Jesus!
still a good player. He could still miss his time. For sure.
And there's also segmented runners. Those guys.
Yeah, Lemon Sunshine is a good one. Emanex, or however you want to pronounce his name.
Blumenrocker. I was just going to mention Blumenrocker did he spent 4 days making a segmented run.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
I ended up beating it within like a few months of just doing attempts. Segment. That was a joke.
And I think Gig made another segmented not so long ago.
I don't know about that one.
But you beat it by like...
No, that was US Cobra.
Yeah.
US Cobra had a 1:11:32 segmented run, and then I had a really good single segment run and beat it by 1 second.
Okay, so hang on. So the current single segment record is 1:11:31, right? By Znernicus.
Yes, it is.
And then segmented is 1:11:07.
Yeah, I think he just like redid a few chambers to get it.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a bunch of guys here. Spyro Knight, Znernicus, and JJ.
I think JJ is probably how you pronounce it.
Yeah, so you're doing a patch version segmented run, and then Pocky in Lemon Sunshine, AdSense, Immanex, and
I don't know.
These names,
a lot of
you
old
guys?
speedrunners have some weird names.
Oh, can we rewind the video a little bit? I want to explain this trick, because this is one of the better tricks in the game. The chamber we just watched.
Yeah.
Go for it.
This is the reportal. It's one of the most versatile tricks in the game, where you shoot a portal as you're falling into one portal, and it gives you a burst of speed out the other one. So I do it 3 times in a row here. I gain height each time, and the third one sends you right into where the exit is. Normally, you'd have to like get a cube for this chamber and do a bunch of other stuff, but this trick is really useful here, and it's also useful in other parts of the game where it allows you to either like clear a gap that you normally won't be able to, or gain vertical height like I did there. So it's a really useful trick.
Also, you should mention, if you shoot the portal in the top right corner of that slanted area, you hit the cube dropper like at the perfect moment, so it like sends you directly into the end. So that's a good thing that cube dropper is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're expecting the segmented time to go down pretty quick. There's serious attempts going on.
Yep.
Yeah, there were speculations that it could actually go under an hour. I'm not sure if that is still the case, but
I'm going to go with yes.
Definitely. Oh, it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if I see someone.
And then for co-op, it started around an hour, I guess, and then now it's down to 43:33.
When me and Kolfra started playing co-op, we started just because we thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
It was around 58 minutes by Sim and S, and we quickly took the world record by like a second in a race against them actually.
Nice.
And then we like started to quote unquote cheat, so I used my SD. And we got like sub 50 really quickly, like 55 first, and Sim was really after the co-op world record back then too. Like a lot of people were, but
I remember it.
I wasn't at the time.
Yeah, that fight we had, especially in Sunday Second Break, like Sim, then us, then back to Sim. Like Sim played with whoever he wanted. Like,
he was a real sleep around there.
Yeah, and me and Kolfra just stuck together all the time. Co-op partners for life.
And then I started to do runs with Zero Cool, and we actually traded world records back and forth with Xebaz and Kolfra a few times, and our current best is only like 5 seconds behind. We should get back to it. Zero Cool, you're in the chat. You know we should get back to that and try to take that back. But
the thing is also, me and Kolfra mainly just plays if someone beats a world record, since we don't really have a lot of motivation to do it otherwise.
Yeah, then they just go and take it back. That's like every time we beat your run, you just played the game the next day and took it back.
Real jerk gameplay.
Like 12 hours after they got the world record, or like anyone, we have taken it back. So,
Okie right. So now tell us a little bit. It's a Valve game. It's a Source Engine game. So inevitably there's bunny hopping. Tell us what it is in this one.
Okay, so it's very different from ABH, if you're familiar with that. You don't move backwards, it's all forward movement, but it involves sort of straying left and right with the strafe keys as well as with the mouse movement. I guess it's hard to explain in detail, but I don't really need to go into detail. So basically, it speeds you up a lot. You jump every time you hit the ground and sway back and forth.
If you really want to learn about how to bunny hop, it's like Google it or YouTube it.
Yeah, look up a YouTube tutorial or something, because a lot of people made them.
Do you use scroll wheel?
Yes,
I use scroll wheel.
Okay.
We do not use scripts.
I think Znernicus uses scroll wheel down and up for use, and I use both
I just
up.
use up. I just use up.
Yeah, I use both up and down and space, so I have 3 ways to jump.
Zero Cool does the pro strats where he puts a scroll down as press buttons and stuff, so he can just like spam it to pick it up really quickly. I don't like that, but it works for him.
Do you not drop it as well?
No, you can't really drop it quickly or pick it up quickly. Like, you especially notice in co-op, if you like drop a cube, you have to like wait some seconds before you can pick it up again. It's really annoying.
I think they did that to patch the object flying that you did that. Yeah.
So you can object fly. So yeah.
All right, and then there's more than that. There's more bunny hops.
Yeah.
What are
there
the
are
other
more
bunny hops?
types of bunny hops.
Yes.
There's wall strafing, which is faster than regular walking. That's just sort of hugging the side of a wall and looking into it a little bit. You'll move faster than normal walking. And then if you jump and look away from the wall, I think I have a highlight actually showing that. Then that makes you go even faster than bunny hopping.
We should name this door skip while we're here. Znernicus.
Bunny hopping and flashlight skip has a highlight which shows wall strafing.
What Znernicus just did in this highlight is if you're fast enough while bunny hopping, you can skip the door, which you usually have to wait for Weekly to talk. But if you're fast enough, you can just skip.
Yeah, that's one of the bigger skips in the game. It saves like 45 seconds.
Yeah. You can also be lucky if you like hug the door. It can sometimes open and just let you in. But it's not
advisable at all. It's complete luck, and it's like a 1 in 30. It's like a 1 in 30 chance that you'll make it through.
Yeah.
So you gotta just be fast.
Is this wall strafing?
Yes. This is some bunny hopping, and then when I get to the next section, you'll see wall strafing up the stairs, and speed wall strafing is the fastest form of movement along these catwalks.
So like looks in it doesn't matter if you look up, sideways, or down. You just have to look away from the railing and hold A in that matter, and just time to jump.
Strafe left.
Yeah, you just hold the
For
strafe
those of
key.
you playing with arrow keys still, who don't know what he means.
Oh man.
What button is that on a Super Nintendo pad?
You don't hold. Wait.
I prefer to strafe by holding Alt. Thank you.
Alt.
Agreed. I'm an alt strafer.
No man, Q is strafe because A is turn left.
Oh god.
This is also a nice skip. So that's nice, John.
Yeah, you jump on top of the railing that Wheatley goes along, and you skip some dialogue, like a little cutscene from him.
So there's obviously a lot of just general climbing on things that are solid that they probably didn't think you get on.
And I don't like when you do that skip. You skip Wheatley turning on his flashlight, so you have to wander around in the complete darkness.
Yeah, I have to turn up my PC's screen brightness all the way. Actually.
Yeah.
I used to do that when I played scary games when I was younger. It's amazing how scary parts of a game are when everything's clear and looks brown.
Yeah.
But
when everything is bright white.
Yeah.
You mean?
Yes. I also heard
scary at all.
I've heard there's one other type of bunny hopping that we're not go into any detail on.
Zimbabwe bunny hops. Don't do it, kids.
Yeah. Stay in school, kids. Don't do it.
Stay in school and don't do Zimbabwe bunny hops.
Yeah. And then there's air strafing, which I thought was normal, but you said to me it's not.
No, it's definitely not intended because you can skip parts of chambers with it. Air strafing is similar to bunny hopping, but it's just while you're in the air, it gives you more mobility. So you can fly up high in the air and be able to reach platforms that are off to the side, basically.
Okay, so
co-op too.
I think we saw this in the last clip as well, but dialogue skip. So there's a lot of there's waiting for talking in this game. You're too quick to the game, and it's trying to tell you things.
Yeah, basically.
Sadly, you can't. You can tell Znernicus.
Sure. So you can't just enter all the exit elevators when you finish chambers right away. It's not necessarily the fastest thing to do sometimes because you have to wait for GLaDOS or whoever to finish talking at the end of a chamber. So I actually went and tested when to enter the elevators so that you optimize the timing so that like as soon as the quote finishes, the next level loads. And I guess it's not something that you need to learn right away if you're going to try to speedrun this game, but it could save at least a second or more on every chamber. or every chamber where you need to do it. So if I'm trying to optimize my time, I definitely want to do that.
All right. And one thing, loading sucks. Just in general. Yeah.
Loading sucks. Like I said earlier about co-op,
Yeah.
double loads. We use them most of the time. Our run.
Yeah, we record demos, which is sort of like the way the Source engine can record your gameplay while you're doing it without taking up lots of memory.
Yeah.
And then we play those back after a run. So the thing is, like, I've had runs with very varying load times. So, like, when I get a better run, sometimes I don't even know if it's actually a PB because I have to go back and time it without loads because they can vary a lot. I've had runs that take 10 minutes of loads throughout the whole game and other ones that take over 12. So you get the idea.
Pretty good.
And then there's Jesus who has like 8-minute loads, and it's really annoying when I have to race him because it's just like all that time disadvantage.
We also have our leaderboard so we can see the massive amount of difference between loadings. So yeah.
Is there a loading time record where you try and get the longest load?
You try to open as many other programs while you're playing.
Try this at home.
Settings plus oldest computer.
Let me just go red.
You're just encoding video in the background.
Right, but if you go too far, then the game might crash. So you've got to go just far enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. So now we're going to get to the biggest, most interesting glitch in the game, which crouch flying.
Yes.
So
Yes.
feel free to go into a little bit more depth here, but not too much.
Well,
Do you get it because you're flying? Not too much down to that one.
yeah. Well, the thing is, you fly around, so I think we should have a clip in Znernicus. Yeah, there you go.
This is
So,
where you use it back to back, and it skips a lot of each chamber.
Basically, the funnel is broken as hell in this game. So if you go into the funnel, wait until you're still, and then hold crouch, then wait a little bit again, and you leave the funnel while holding crouch. You still are in the air. Or
Yeah,
you just stay
the game
in the air.
forgets about gravity, basically.
Gravity.
Yeah, gravity. What's that? You're in a
That's
funnel.
so silly.
It's like I think the game still thinks you're in the funnel, and it just lets you fly around, so you move around like you're in the funnel.
Is it literally no clip then? Like when you're like that, can you move up and down or?
You can't control your up and down movement. That's the only limitation, really. But you can control your horizontal movement. And the way you change your vertical movement is either... Actually, this next chamber shows it. You can jump off the ground if you do a variation of crouch flying where you crouch and then uncrouch in the funnel. Then you still keep the fly glitch, but now you can jump off of the ground and just see, I just go right up in the air really fast. Go over. There's just straight to the exit. Yeah. That's not the only chamber where you right to the exit. There's actually several.
There was a very interesting segmented one you showed me, which I loved, for the record.
I think we can go over
there we go. Hey.
fly preserve, since Znernicus has a video for that.
Yeah,
Yep.
So this is a newer method of using the crouch fly trick. So it was discovered that you can keep it between chambers. So have it in one chamber and then enter the loading screen, and now you still have the fly glitch in the next one. And this is now used to pretty much skip all of Chapter 9. It's actually really cool. So this video now will just show the route through Chapter 9 using this trick. I think this recording is actually from a race that I did with Jesus, where I used this, and it was the first time I ever did this in a race.
Just because he did that Final Preserve 2, he can't jump, because then he will just
yes.
fly from there.
I can't bunny hop when I'm in this mode, because I'll fly all the way up to the ceiling.
But yeah,
this is actually pretty cool. I use the cube to knock myself down, because otherwise there's no way to control your vertical movement. So,
and
so I
then
take
he just
the
goes
cube.
through the wall.
Yeah, that wall isn't solid, because it opens up normally.
This makes him skip also flying this funnel here, and him strafing in air is faster than just moving along in a funnel. So you move quickly like this when you do this.
Yeah, although I think it actually loses time because you have to go get the cube, but then it saves time in the next chamber. Like I keep the fly through a total of 4 chambers.
Before we're talking about this is a scripted fling here on the wall.
Yeah,
that's
when
why
I
he
hit the
gets
wall,
back on.
it like sends me down onto the walkway. Props to Isolytic for finding that, as far as I could tell. Maybe other people found it too, but he's the one who showed me.
So good, man.
Wow.
This is also funny because using this funnel preserve, it's faster to do it in single player, like a single segment now.
Single segment, yeah, I do this in single segment runs. Oh yeah, you can't do this in challenge timer. So you can get a faster run in a normal single segment run than you can in the challenge leaderboards.
Yeah, crazy.
But it's kind of funny.
Okay, so... yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
We talked a bit about report. Was there any more you wanted to say about it?
I guess I could just mention the different types that there are. There's a type where you can gain height coming out of a floor portal. There's another one where it's wall-to-wall reportaling, and you just gain horizontal speed.
Yeah, you do that in one chamber in co-op. Sadly, I don't have a video about that, but you like reportal and you get top of
it'll be in my filler number 2 video. There's a reportal like that. Oh, this was crazy. This was the route that you're seeing right now was improvised because I didn't mean to go off of the rail like that. I got really lucky that I could use the tube above me to push myself down. That's extremely risky the way I just did it there, but it's close to the way you're supposed to do it.
Wow, well there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we ready to go into Xebaz's co-op tricks showcase, or?
We still have elevator skip.
There is elevator skip. It is actually the biggest time-saving skip, so we should cover it.
You didn't write it anywhere in this.
I have.
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
Biggest one, you didn't write it anywhere in this doc.
He just made it up. He's making it up.
This saves about, I think, 2 to 2.5 minutes of
Sorry,
straight
it's
up
not in the
dialogue.
doc. We can't talk about it.
Episode for elevator skip is the most generic speedrun.
Well, because it's not that much of a glitch. Okay, so you jump
Next
on
they're
top
going
of
to
the
say it's
elevator.
a stutter step, aren't they?
Yeah.
You basically jump on top of the elevator at the right moment.
Yeah. You don't have to sit in it for as long. Normally you have to sit in there for like a really long cutscene.
Yeah, and wait till things are in the elevator, so he starts a stalk, and when the elevator goes up, you can do like a quick fall. So you just fall down, and you can skip the whole speech. So it's like the biggest skip in the whole single player.
Oh man, that's pretty cool.
Is quite a fall.
Yeah, you have to fall quite a bit.
Yeah, normally the elevator falls down that shaft, but it doesn't do that until after like 2 minutes. So
you
we just jump down the hole, and there's the loading zone down there.
Okie doke. Alright, can we go now? Can we get the first part of our title?
Let's go to
Ball slicing, please.
Ball slicing. There should be a video about that too. And S found that. I don't know if someone else found it before him, but he at least told everyone. He also came up with the name. And S helped me to provide this video since... yeah. But anyways, basically what you do is... This is like the only map where it's useful. Where there's a ball flying in the air. And for Atlas you can shoot the bridge to stop it mid-air. Like you slice it in the middle. That's why it's called ball slicing. And it just like drops momentum and just falls down. Like this like falls down. It's like the only useful part of the game.
But it's called ball slicing.
Yeah,
it is very cool.
We don't really use this strat anymore, but we had this clip to demonstrate Peabody lag. So if you did this as Peabody, it just stops you dead in air.
Yeah, you actually can't do that as Atlas, I think.
Yeah.
Or else you keep going, but with Peabody the chair will hit against you in midair.
And for single segment, you don't need, both co-op partners don't need to be in the disc room. So we like never are in the same disc room ever, except for end of course 1.
Because it's just faster to have 4 portals.
A lot of people also got sad that we skip all the hugs and stuff, so we never hug in a co-op room.
Oh yeah, maybe you want to talk about using the taunt,
that's because
the jump taunt.
Oh yeah.
That's because you're co-op speedrunners. You hate each other. You don't want to hug.
Call for a months, that's why. Also, because you skip that, you can like bind taunt to a key, and when you jump and taunt, where you're supposed to hug, you skip that animation and you save time from that, since the jump and taunt is like the fastest thing you can do.
That's the least friendly. That's the least friendly.
I think you do it at least like 10 times in the run, don't you?
Yeah, we do it a lot.
Okay, so and then just explain this chair trick.
Basically, you just look straight down at Peabody. You just straight look down with the chair, and actually you can do it with a cube too, I think, but it's easier with this chair.
You just same way I use my desk chair too.
You just
Yeah.
I just carry it around and then hold it down and fall through my apartment.
Yeah, so you just drop it. Because there's lag in the chair. You move ahead of the chair or something, and you hit the chair in midair, and you just drops it dead.
I just remembered an interesting variation of that kind of glitch. I think Zimbabwe spent hours doing this least portals route in one of the things where he tried to drop a ball in midair.
Oh,
and himself and his partner over to the exit, and it's if you miss it, the ball falls into this pile of goo, and the only way to get it out is to jump suicide and try to grab it just before you die to move it closer to the edge.
It's really stupid, but they got it to work. So they got 0 portals on one of the hardest tricks in the game. What were you
I was going to say, because you mentioned you could do it with a cube, which actually segues really nicely into cube jump.
Yeah, we don't really have a cube jumping.
I
don't think so. I thought
it's a very technically
we don't really have a clip for it, but we can explain what it is.
It seems pretty straightforward from
it's just you jump, drop the cube under you, jump on top of it, then you can grab it again, and you get a double jump basically.
I guess actually there's an easy. I just remembered.
So it's kind of like when you see the guy in Chinese martial arts movie hold his stick underneath him and then jump off his stick in midair. Is it sort of like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I just remembered actually. There is sort of a highlight of a cube jump. We can show my filler video number 2. Should have it. It's in Ricochet. I jump off a cube.
Oh yeah,
thought about that.
It's something like that. Yeah,
that's probably one of the coolest looking tricks. So
yeah, Ricochet is really cool looking. I really like this chamber.
It's in 3 chambers from this one.
Yeah.
Try skipping ahead a minute and a half.
Yeah, Ricochet is such a fun chamber, but it's really annoying.
Let me know if this is good.
It's try skipping another minute.
Another minute. No, back a minute.
Another minute.
Okay, you can go from here. This is good.
Yeah. So Znernicus can explain Ricochet, what's happening for it.
Yeah, there are actually different routes to Ricochet, and they're all about a second apart. I just choose the one I'm best at doing consistently. So what I do is I use portal standing, which is just looking out of a portal high up on the wall to reach a later part of the chamber that you're not supposed to reach for a while. And then I press a button, I grab a cube as it's falling, and I fling up into the air, and then I jump off the cube in midair to delay my timing after the cube, and then the cube blocks the laser, and I grab it just as the panel is going down. It's kind of a difficult trick, but it looks really cool when you pull it off.
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
and then I bounce off the cube at the end to.
Sometimes, if you're lucky and land right on the faith plane, you can actually hit the edge going up or whatever it's called, and you fly perfectly to the end. But
yeah, the challenge route is it's a almost frame perfect. Probably I don't know how exactly accurate the timing has to be, but that's how the challenge chamber would do it. It would deflect off of the moving panel directly into the exit.
Okay, now Peabody button stucking, which
we have a video for that.
Is
too.
the worst grammar I've ever heard.
The worst grammar you've ever heard.
Yeah.
I didn't type that. So
did you accidentally press U instead of I?
No, I didn't type that actually.
What's wrong with stucking?
I guess you could argue that you get the button stuck in a downward.
Yeah, then you call it button.
Did I ever tell
sticky.
you about that time that I tried to say the past of land and said blood? Completely.
So this trick is pretty straightforward. As Speedbuddy, you just jump on top of the button and like jump immediately off again. And the game, like since you're lagging, the game still thinks you're on top of the button, and it just keeps getting stuck. So you just jump on top of it and it gets stuck.
So you're
if you're wondering why he jumps in the goo, because that's actually the fastest way. In co-op, there are some strats that involve killing yourself on purpose to warp back to the start of the chamber because it's fast.
Yeah, it's way faster. There's also one death you do because it skips speech, which saves 4 seconds. We don't have a video for it, but it's not really.
Well, it's hard to have video speech skips in our show because we don't play game audio.
Yeah.
So as much as we thought saying, did you hear that? You skipped the speech, we thought perhaps maybe not the best idea.
Yeah.
It says portal bumping's next.
Pole bumping is straightforward. If you, it's like pole 1. If you shoot a pole on top of your other pole, like on the left or right side of it, it bumps to the side, and you can like skip glass and stuff. It's not really useful in single player co-op. I think not much more.
There's like one use. There's one use of it in each.
Yeah.
But it can be very useful in the custom chambers that a lot of people make. If they like put a glass wall, think, you can't get over here. No, you just
pole bump. Like the worst chamber I've seen is like the exit door was behind a glass cube, and you just pole bump into and therefore start, and you're done with the chamber. It's like, well, this is broken.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Next is crouch boosting or PGCBG.
Yeah,
you can blame S for that name.
Yeah, blame S. S has the weirdest name for everything.
Yeah, so there was actually this was in a video earlier, so we'll see if anybody noticed or not.
Yeah.
This is in what is this, filler 1?
This is in co-op too, also.
Did you get a? Is it in one of the videos that you linked? I know it's in one of mine.
It was in filler 1 for sure.
It is in filler 1.
Yeah,
it's
okay. Basically, what you do is on the orange gel, if you crouch and hold W, like you run towards the funnel or goo, and you release crouch after a while, you get max speed. Like really, like the max speed you can get by just running on top of the goo.
It's like much later. Try skipping ahead like half the video.
So you just like get tons of speed.
It's the one before this. Sorry.
Before this, yeah. Yes, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
So yeah, you just crouch and.
So the gel here. Yeah, I crouch and then uncrouch when I'm walking forward. You see it.
Just get tons of speed.
And then spamming jump allows you to. Like normally you don't go that far when you do that. I spam jump when I'm hitting the ramp, and so I like repeatedly bounce really quickly and go really high in the air.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to normally fly that far to the elevator because you notice I'm like hitting above the elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, did crouching just break this game? Like they didn't bother patching out all the crouching stuff because I mean nobody's shooting at you, so
the only thing they really fixed about crouching is you're not able to ABH since you can't jump while crouching. That's like the only thing they fixed.
Okay, and then this is the last one on our little co-op bag of tricks. Fizzler preservation, which is in there just for how simple it seems to be.
It's simple to explain. You have a cube and a fizzler. You look straight down with cube and hold crouch. Then you go under the fizzler with cube and you keep the cube under the fizzler.
The fizzler being the gate that removes any items so you can't take them into the next level.
Exactly.
So
again, Valve not thinking about crouching.
Crouching's too big.
Yeah, we can go over laser crushers next. Laser crushers is just a little filler I wanted to add since
Again,
it's pretty cool looking.
Not on the list.
It doesn't need to be on the list. That's the thing.
It's a variation of it. It's a use for bunny hopping, I guess.
Okay, go for it then.
Basically, like you said earlier, it's a speech trick, like skip how we set it up. But it's just a really cool jump. You can just skip the whole chamber. And the way we do it is like,
Oh,
for some reason, we
I love
grab
how
the-
you just pass the cube to each other.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
is this Fizzler preservation right here, or did he fail it?
No,
I think
no,
he failed
he
it.
didn't. We
Oh.
don't do it there.
He could have taken that cube into the elevator room.
This was from our 43-33 run.
Oh, okay.
So the way we do it is like, for some reason the cube seems to inflict this speech trick too. So when we I grab the cube since I'm closest to it, and I give it to him since he's the first one who walks into the trigger. Like you can see, I'm waiting for him to pass by me, and that gives us the fastest speech, which is orange. You're great at science. I don't really need to go over it.
Basically, before we figured this out, it was like random whether or not
Yeah.
you could lose 15 seconds just by having a slower speech at the end of the level.
I think that speech is. Then there's also a speech who's like really, really slow. So you can get 3 speeches there. And there's like orange, you're great at science, and perhaps should have specified which are the 2 most common one. And orange, you're great at science.
Do you want to do that in a GLaDOS voice?
I cannot do a GLaDOS.
What do you mean you can't do GLaDOS voice?
No.
Oh, ridiculous.
You can try it then.
What do you mean? I'm not a portal runner.
Like he's never heard GLaDOS.
Yeah, I don't even know what a GLaDOS
you muted
is.
He muted all our game audio, so we don't know what she sounds like.
I think it's Gladios, right? It's a type of cereal.
Gladios.
Right.
Okay, well, you brought it up. Somebody has to do it. Come on.
Duckfist.
Not it.
Not it.
Wait, well, hang on. How is Feasel not
I'm
it?
sick. I can't do it.
Sounds like Flicky loses.
Feasel always does the voices.
But how many voices do I do, though?
Just one. Feasel.
Right? Is that really what you want?
Just feasel.
If it wasn't
Exactly.
so late, I'd go for the Cave Johnson impression, but alas, it is late,
Oh,
and I
man.
don't want to wake anybody up, so maybe at AGDQ. But, so speaking of that, this is going to be at AGDQ. Znernicus going to be running any
Yeah.
percent?
Yes. Well, any percent. It's basically, I'm just running the single player campaign.
Single player, any percent.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe was gonna do it first, but he's bad.
Yeah. There you go.
It was better before, and he fell out of practice and cancelled.
Okay, so hopefully now, we've convinced the 10% of the audience that aren't already Portal 2 speedrunners that they want to run this game, right? I think
Yes.
we've done a pretty good job of
Everybody
showing it
should.
off. Now, we will mention there's a lot of other stuff we haven't gone over. As you said, there's lots of tricks that are just only used in one stage. So,
That's true, yeah.
there's still a lot more to learn, so there's more to it than this, but if somebody wants to learn this game in 3 easy steps, apparently, what are those 3 steps going to be?
Well, bunny hopping is like the most important. I'm not going to go into detail, since
Yeah.
otherwise Flicky would rip my head off.
I will.
You have to learn bunny hopping.
I'll go over to Duckfist's house and just tear your head off.
Alright, because he's still there.
Duckfist will protect me. No worry.
No, he won't.
But yeah, like learning bunny hopping is like the most important since you use it pretty much. Like the first trick you do in co-op like involves bunny hopping. So yeah.
So do you not... Is there a bunny hop free route that you could learn to start with?
Yeah, I guess you
Or is
could.
it-
Well, you
Well-
can always use the intended solution if you
Yeah.
really can't do a trick, so...
You
Yeah.
can always like walk if you don't have time to learn bunny hopping. But
Yeah.
learning bunny hopping is really important.
It'll
Okay.
shave minutes off your
So
run.
if you
can
have...
run out well.
Okay, so then once you've learnt bunny hopping, you should then learn the route, apparently. This is not the way round I wrote it, this is the way round they wrote it. So you
Yeah, I think
learn how to
spoilers.
move quickly, then learn the route.
Spoilers.
with that.
I think S typed this, and it's supposed to be learn routes and then bunny hop. Since
Right,
why would you want to have bunny hops if you can't know the route?
exactly,
So,
yeah.
it's
Somebody
supposed-
asked me... Actually, no, that's a bit too vulgar for the show. We can carry on.
Yeah, there can be multiple different routes for some of the same chambers, depending on whether you want to do the riskiest strategies or if you just want to.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the thing we showed earlier where I did that spam jump and flew across the stage. So a lot of people have inconsistency with that, including me. I mean, it's not. There's no way to do it completely consistent. So it saves like 40 seconds, but if you're gonna die there like 5 times in a row, otherwise, then you might as well just skip it. it's okay to do stuff like that when you're just learning.
Okay, and then once you've learnt bunny hop, then learnt the route, what's the last bit? What's the last step 3?
Ask the runners. Like
It's join
profit,
the.
of course.
It's join the. No,
Join the cult.
Yeah, join.
You can either just try to ask one of us to teach you the game. Like co-op is probably the easiest to learn since you can jump into the game with your partner and like show them directly instead of like describing everything. Or you can just you can find us pretty much on the IRC poll on SDA.
Is it on SDA or is it on the SRL one?
I think it's on SDA right now. I don't know if we're gonna move. I wasn't the one who set it up. You can go to our Twitch pages and just ask us. You can go into Chronicies/Portal one, which is a great site.
Which has been linked there, Goknak.
Yep.
Yep.
And you can also go to sourceruns.org. There's
you guys have.
Yeah.
I didn't know how updated your site was for Portal 2.
I'm barely active on that side. S is probably the one you should ask about source runs.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. These last 2 things here, do you want to get those out of the way, and then we'll move into records?
Yeah. It's simple. Peabody's a grill. Everybody knows that. She even has a bacon dispenser, for those who want to know. And Franker C, me, and Paul too, is basically an inside joke that Znernicus had me and Paul too, and his info before. And S came into the chat and said, "It sounds like Paul 2 is your dog." And now we have this inside joke that Franker C equals Paul 2, no space. So,
yeah.
Nice. All right then. So hey, cool. That was good. Wrap up. Portal 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, Capiture Laboratory.
Capiture Lab.
Instead of Aperture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So now you guys are going to stick with us. You're not going anywhere, are you? You two?
No, we're not.
Stick with us all the way through to.
I woke up 2 hours ago. I think I have time.
Yeah,
to stay.
I think you're all right.
Yeah.
So let's go into the speedrun news, including the record section, which there was meant to be a disclaimer that I was meant to read that Feasel wrote. That I was meant to read last week, and I totally forgot it to do so. So I've got it here. I'm just going to find it.
Wait a minute.
I don't remember
Flicky,
what
Here we go.
Was it on the sheet that
No,
you were supposed to read?
It's not. It's not. Here. Okay. So this is this week's Cool Kids or World Records or whatever you want to call them. We cannot guarantee that these are all world records, but they are the fastest times that we know of. Let us know if we've got one wrong, but for God's sake, don't be a dick about it. So. There you go, everybody. That's our disclaimer for the record.
Well said.
section.
Well said.
Yeah, it's all right. And again, we have a new record for most records, right?
Yeah.
We do?
by a lot.
We do.
Wow.
We got 46. We got 46 records.
The fun.
Wait,
funny
one
thing
of them
is,
doesn't count.
I think-
Xebaz doesn't count.
I think one of them might be
Okay.
wrong.
Yeah,
So-
but, I can go over that. If it
Um,
shows
But we killed
what-
one that was wrong, too.
Yes, we already did. Well, that one was really wrong.
Yeah.
That one
It was-
just missed.
It was like
The
an
funniest
hour
thing
over.
is, like,
whoa,
two-
wait your
two-
turn, mister.
Okay, jeez.
You can talk about your run when we get to it.
No, I wasn't
But,
talking about my.
Oh,
I was talking about the world records. Like 2 days ago, this page was like nearly empty.
yeah, well, it's because
Oh,
we don't...
Welcome to our world.
Yeah, welcome to our world.
Yeah. It's always on the very weekend. Very end
Yeah.
of the weekend where everybody
I was
does.
like, wow, that's a lot of
So, also, as we have so many records this week, if we do glaze over your one very quickly, we do apologise, but we're making sure we're only doing it with runs that we've talked about in the past. So we hope we don't upset any of you for that. But let's get right into it by talking about this run, which happened during the show last week, didn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Actually, do you want to try and say this one, Xebaz, just in case you say it wrong?
I will say it wrong anyway, so I'm just gonna say I'll pass.
Okay.
I don't think. I'm gonna guess Kid Chameleon.
Yeah, it is. I was hoping he might say Chameleon, but you know.
Chameleon. Yeah, I would totally.
Okay, so this is Kid Chameleon on the Genesis by Peaches, which is something I still have trouble saying. Peaches Genesis, but it's US region for boss, which I guess is just some kind of any percent.
Yeah. You kill all the bosses, basically.
Right, all bosses.
Because, like, Kid Chameleon has, like, some ridiculous amount of levels, like 100 and something levels or something.
Oh.
And there's like this really crazy map that shows out how you can go from one level to the next. It's like this crazy looking flowchart
Yeah,
thing.
there's an awful lot of jumping on. Yeah, there you go, yellow flash, and then you send up somewhere else, and you end up somewhere. I didn't really understand what was going on.
Right. So I guess if you take like the true any percent route, it's like 2 minutes or something. Yeah, that's what Peaches just said. Any percent's less than 2 minutes because there's a warp. Basically, this category is just a really good length to do, and you can't define like 100% or max levels or anything because you can't play all the levels. So you could like take backwards warps to go through and replay some other ones to take a different route later. But
I love this Dalsim kill or whatever this guy is.
yeah, right. The Shishka boss.
Yeah.
Yoga fire.
Yoga fire.
This game looks crazy.
Yeah,
That's a
it
great
was
game.
really confusing, but I enjoyed watching Peaches try and play it.
Yeah,
I like
it's a tough game.
Succeed.
I like this flipping
yeah.
up and upside down.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand that. I figured you would fall if you don't do it, so. But. it's pretty cool. So this is going to be at the marathon. It's going to be a race between. No, this is the really scary part. This Genesis game is going to be raced by Nez Kamikaze and Peaches. I still don't understand that. I know, but
Say what?
I know. So that's going to be a race there. I can't remember when it. It's actually. Is it really early on, or is it more middly? Actually, I think it's middly, isn't it? It's Mischief Makers, which is early on, which we'll get to later. But yeah, this will be the marathon, a race between those two. So
Yeah, that's going to be a great watch.
yeah, it could be pretty cool. Could be. I don't know. I know this game.
One of them is bound to do real well.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say who it is, but it's probably Peaches.
possible. But yeah, it's cool. I mean,
Yeah, it's a great game.
yeah. I mean, I
You
never.
get punished real hard if you get hit because your power-ups have a health bar.
Uh,
And if that expires, then you change back into a normal kid who can't climb walls.
yeah.
So,
What a loser.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody hates a normal kid.
Yeah. So what was that thing there?
What?
I don't know. The thing coming out of the wall.
I don't know. The needle things?
Yeah.
There are some blocks that, when they break, shoot needles left and right. And there was a whole row of them there.
Fair enough. I love this guy. What is?
It's the guy from V, except on a skateboard. He can jump instead of changing gravity. He can do both.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
This shield is in front of the foreground too.
I won't question the logic, but I don't understand how turning upside down makes you go upwards.
Because your skateboard always pulls you the direction that it's facing. So you just turn it upside down, and then you go
I
up.
get it.
See?
I see.
It's like a hoverboard. I like the pink one too. The one that spins like Kirby. Yeah. How long is this highlight clip? This has been going on for a while.
This is 3.5 minutes. I was waiting for you
run.
to segue.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was the last level. Or
What?
something.
Well, we can talk about the next things.
Do you want me to segue out by saying, hey, you run in this game, here's another game that you run in. It's Micromaniacs again. That's all you get. Thanks.
Man.
So, Crash Cycle, we talked about this last week and how much I love this game, but he managed to improve his time, cut the 15:49, and said the last stage is still pretty rough, but it's good otherwise. So that's cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's a really good game. You guys should play it. And speaking of games that I haven't played, that are apparently good, Soten 360 pacifist version. So after saying that this run was unbeatable last week because of sick luck, he beat it by like 50 minutes.
By like 30 minutes, yeah. He
What?
said he died to Dracula twice, which cost like 6 minutes, too.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
yeah.
He and Ramscout and Uzaru have been finding a lot of cool pacifist strats. I still have no idea if he's going to continue with this or not, but it's a cool watch.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Right, PG. That's you now, apparently. You're PG. Mega Man's.
All right, I'm on it.
Actually, Duckfist could maybe chip on a Mega Man's too if he wants to.
Yeah, I'll chip in. I like chips.
Yeah. I do like chips. Salt and vinegar.
So, yeah. So Z-Wing got a new pair of Mega Man X3 records this week. He didn't get any percent because Mushi Pan is too strong.
Yeah, that
did get
any percent
0%.
run is ridiculous.
Yeah. He got a new low percent in 4438 and a 100% bad ending in 4818. They're pretty solid runs. But the scary thing about low percent is this final boss, in addition to the whole rest of the game.
but like your health meter is so low that when you get hit, you lose like 40% of it straight away. So
yeah,
you
this
can
boss
really
is
only
a
get
total
hit.
pain. Doesn't a charge shot only do like 1 damage or something?
Yeah, the fully charged does 2, I think, and the mediocre charge does 1. And I think the pellets just bounce off.
And I think like the only other people that actually do this category were like Heidman and maybe Yoshi is cool. I can't think of anybody else.
Heidman no, those were X2.
Oh, my bad. Okay, so nobody does this.
Yeah, no one does it. There was a run hosted to SDA recently that was really good, and he beats that run by like a minute or something. But
I
yeah,
don't like the look of
not
this
bad.
boss at all. Look how small that hitbox is.
yeah, the hitbox is awful.
This is a really confusing hitbox.
Yeah.
Like if you shoot even a little bit lower, it just pings off of him. You have like no room to hit his head. It's ridiculous.
And here's the 100%.
Yeah. Did he figure out what that boss kill thing was, or?
No, but actually that's a good thing to bring up because
Because he beat that time without that, I guess.
a Japanese runner has been able to replicate it consistently on emulator.
Oh, right.
Wow.
But
That
we
was a
don't
good
know
kill.
what causes it still.
Huh.
So
Huh.
yeah, still working on it.
That's cool. I love the
Someday.
fucking this lift skip is obscene.
Yeah, his elevator
So cool.
is real good.
Yeah, that was crazy good. No mistakes.
Yeah. That's so
So
cool.
Z-Wing getting real good at this game.
Yep, that man. All right. Maximum Carnage. I know nought about this game. PJ,
Yeah.
do you want to mention this very briefly?
Sure. Yeah, this guy, Vega4993, has been working with FunkDoc on improving his SDA run. And they found a lot of new strats together. And Vega finally beat FunkDoc's best. And FunkDoc, I think, has just decided to let him run it. Vega, that is. So he's going to try and get capture equipment and whatnot for him.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about the time for this because I know that he beats FunkDoc's best. But this is the fastest time he had listed on his page. I thought it was a lot lower than that, but yeah, it's a really cool run. Strats are pretty neat.
All right. And then Double Dragon Neon. Have any of you guys played this?
I have not.
Not played it?
Sadly, no.
Znernicus, I guess you two guys are PC gamers, so you wouldn't have played it.
Yeah.
I haven't played this.
I've played Double Dragon 2 and 1 and 3. So I'm going to assume it's exactly the same. There's a lot of allegorical depth to those games that are actually quite enjoyable on repeat playthroughs, and you fight these big troll guys that are pretty hard to kill, and you have to jump across like a pond. But so Murphigator did all of that and probably more in Double Dragon Neon on PS3, the US version.
Probably more.
Yeah, it says new game any %, so we'll go for that fresh file. 3922. And it says, really sweet game, needs power gambit drops or something. No idea what that means, but it's fun to watch. Perfect.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
the comment that I wrote.
Yeah.
I've watched Murph play this a whole bunch, and I still don't really understand what's going on. He
Yeah.
punches stuff a whole bunch, and then he'll reset when nothing went wrong, and he'll say, man, I didn't get a power gambit drop. So PJ said, ooh, power gambit. That's a buzzword I got to make a note of.
You got it. All right. Portal, the first one.
I can talk about this since this is actually something I run.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Well, it's 11-12 by iVerb, when I verb. He beats Sim's old world record by like 40 seconds. I don't know. I haven't really. I don't really know how long his loadings is, but it's
I thought that was the non-loading. Oh,
I think that's with loading. But he has been working really hard on this. I know he has been trying to beat it for quite a while now, so good for him that he got it. I know Goknak is also, side note, Goknak is also trying to get the world record, so I think we're gonna see Goknak in the future on the Sunday Sequence Break, trying to get that OOB world record.
Mhm. Actually, I watched this earlier today, and the big difference was he used a new segmented strat. This is the first time he said that it had ever been used in a single segment run, and it skips all of Chamber 17, and it's a really hard strat.
I remembered iVerb that Goknek said to me he was gonna do the skip 17 chamber, which is like a really hard trick for it's like used in Poldon Pro. and it's like a really hard one. You have to like do a pixel perfect shot or something. And I think Ivor just picked it up since I said Goknax was going for it. And he didn't want to really lose
so you're leaking strats?
Yeah, I'm leaking strats here.
Wow, you're a monster.
Yeah, I'm a monster. Never tell me secret strats.
Yeah.
I think he's just randomly planting ideas into people's heads. Oh yeah, I heard Zimbabwe is going to do that crazy chair boost.
Yeah.
I should probably do that.
Alright, and this one, I mean, we can leave the portal clip running while we talk about this. Is this even a record or not?
It is not.
It's a record for without loading screens.
So it is a record.
With loading screens.
With loading screens.
With loading screens.
This is
why
why
is it in the sheet?
I don't know.
It's a real time. Okay, so it's a real time record.
Like
they had faster loads than their previous best, so
it's a real time record. 4311 by Zebra.
Well, I guess we could say it's an RTA world record, but it's not like a.
It's not like it means anything,
right?
Yeah,
when you already have a faster run.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah,
all
we
right.
can still go lower. So way lower.
Okay,
it's 40. Oh my god, I didn't know it was that much slower. He says
40
it's 40
seconds slower. Way to waste our time, guys.
Wow,
we had you on this show
that
for
is
one
ridiculous.
game.
That's it. No more Portal 2 on the show. You guys have ruined it. No more.
Okay, Flicky, how about this? Next time we would submit without loads. So it will never be with
your highlight
screens
reel is
again.
just going to be the load screen.
But no, because you'll.
That's your penalty now.
Yeah, look at all these.
Look at all these fast loading screens.
Okay, right. Paper Mario. Oxworth got a hold of those clips and smashed. What was his name? I Eat Pie or something like that.
I Ate Your Pie.
I Ate Your Pie. He smashed him by 6 minutes. First run messed up 4 chapters, but okay. 327.55 by Oxworth. Japanese version, of course, being that he is Japanese. We've also got Poxnor, after his essay from last week, actually showed some restraint and wrote a quite short comment in comparison this week. It's Final Fantasy Legend 3. I think that's what it's called. I think I may have written Legends with an S, which might be wrong. I don't know. But
Legends is right.
I think it sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's Legends of the Fall.
But it's called Saga 3: The Ruler of Time and Space, which, seeing as I was looking at a bunch of stationery at the time, sounded like the greatest enemy ever. But alas, other type of ruler. But it was an any% 217.58 by Poxnor, and he wrote a little comment here. Very interestingly, he said, "Sorry I couldn't be there live, but TSSB always runs at the same time as my Sunday night curling."
Huh.
So
that is so badass.
He's Canadian, so I guess it's legit. But
yeah, I mean, that's cool. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, he said the key glitch involved in this run is an integer underflow glitch that happens fairly early in the game. Via shopping for various consumable items, I reduced my funds to get less than 180 gil. Then I have a burglar. Seriously? Sorry. No, it says burglar. He wrote burglar. Your burglar steals from you. He steals 180 gil. The amount of money I have then underflows to 16,777,000 and some change gil.
The world's nicest burglar.
And I can now buy whatever the fuck I want. I used all the money to level the hell out of the 2 robots, who power up by purchasing status upgrades at insanely high cost at item shops. Eventually I add 2 cyborgs to my party, who power up by equipping better weapons and armor, which are easily a purchase from my ill-gotten gil. And they also act as healers to the 2 Alphabird robots. I had a brain fart on the first waterfall puzzle, which cost me about 4 or 5 seconds. It's really ugly and I'm embarrassed by it, but the rest of the run was so perfect that I'm probably submitting to SDA. I like underflow glitches, I'll admit. I'm very fond of those.
How are games so bad at shopping?
I don't know.
Like, it shouldn't be a hard thing to do, but it's like, how many do you have? 0. Okay, I'll buy one.
Sure, I'll take one. I'd like one.
Alright. Gungrave. Who wants to go with Gungrave? Otherwise, I'll just hand it to one of the Portal 2 runners because there's guns in their games.
I have to go prep actually.
Oh, wait. He sent me a whole bunch of comments
for
did
this.
He?
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, he did. But he also sent the best highlight reel ever, so we could probably just play that and that would substitute.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, that's good.
For all of it.
Let me find. Okay, he says here.
What is this?
Yes.
Did I say my special memories?
Oh, this is awesome.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna
That's,
because the highlight reel's too good.
whoever submits another highlight needs to do it like this.
Yeah, pretty great.
This is good. Oh wow.
Oh, that was a page wipe. Not bad.
Raging Demon Strat in action.
What does that even
Let's see
mean?
it.
Yep.
Shungoku Satsu, let's do it.
Raging Demon Strat play.
I like that move that just spires in a 360 all around him.
Wait, he's on a train now? Just chilling out.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the best highlight I've ever seen in my entire
Yes.
life.
And it's exactly 2 minutes. This guy's pro.
This
Yeah.
guy is a pro.
Yeah.
What did those missiles miss by? What's going on? This is good. This is good. Had a little spice for highlight video.
This will put any other this highlight reels again to shame.
I'm not sure if I should put my special memories or fuck hitboxes as
That I think is the second half of Snake Rattle and Roll.
Yeah. I think fuck hitboxes it is.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Everything you need to know about Gungrave.
I think this highlight will deserves applaud.
That's good.
We
That's,
had
This is a level of
comment for that.
professionality.
It says it better.
there you go. There are the comments. Good job. That was Gungrave in 3917 by Green K4. So yeah, good job, dude. Good job. Okay, No.
Feasel.
Feasel. Feasel. Big
Good
news.
save there.
I know, flawless. Nobody even noticed.
So, let me tell you a little story about Zelda 2. So the world record had been held by Arctic Eagle for quite a while, and he'd been improving his time over and over again. And now our buddy ProJN, who seemingly came out of nowhere within the past year.
This is one of these hidden Swedish runners, man. They're
Right, in the
hiding out,
woodwork,
trading all
practicing
winter.
Zelda 2. Yeah.
Now that the sun
exactly.
doesn't come up anymore.
You know, Swedish speedrunners are the best.
Right, out of
sure,
hibernation
They come
into
out.
Zelda 2.
Yeah, the sun, because there's no sun outside, they don't have to pull their curtains. They don't get
Every
distracted by glare.
Swedish speedrunner has insomnia too.
Yeah.
And
they're
they're
used
not
to fighting
affected by the
things.
candle glitch because
Right,
never
they're used to
see
fighting
the
things in the dark.
All those trolls breaking into their house in the middle of the night. Okay.
Another one. Let me get my knife.
Okay.
But anyway, in all seriousness, this is any percent, which is the most competitive category at the moment, and this is down to 104.21, which is, I want to say it's almost a minute faster than the previous, than Arctic's. I can't remember what the old time was, but it's a pretty big improvement. And basically, he uses a different route than Arctic used. He used a route more similar to what I have been using, where after Palace 3, you take 2 magic levels and 2 life levels instead of taking the attack level, which ends you with a lower attack level overall, but allows you better, experience management in the later palaces and saves you some time. But he's actually innovated the route a little further with this one, and he made a few changes, skipped some enemies in Palace 2, and notably, he actually ends with attack level 6 now instead of level 7, which was instead of level 8, so the attack level's gone even lower.
He makes the combat in this game look amazing.
Yeah.
He's ridiculous.
It's real fluid, yeah. Exactly.
And even just him breaking those 2 blocks, that's pretty precise to hit both those blocks at once, isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta hit, basically on the seam with some downward motion, and you can break both of them. But that takes a little practice, definitely.
Look at that! Look at him! Just fly! He's ridiculous.
So,
That
Swin
boss kill
is
with the
human task
jackhammer
now?
was sick.
Not quite human tasks. There's still some non-Swedes who do human tasks. So
Yeah.
Was that skip Thunderbird at all?
No, I don't think that it does. Though, unfortunately, it looks like there was some problem with the recording, so we don't actually know what the end of the run looks like. The video for it.
Yeah.
Oh.
But maybe he has a local recording of it, so we might see it. If he gives it to us, we'll update the database. But I'm assuming it's no Thunderbird skip, because that hasn't been done much, 80%.
What's the ruling on Thunderbird skip? Is that any special category, or is that legit as long as it's not the screen scroll thing?
I don't think anyone's really made a ruling on it at this point. It really seems like no one who is interested in any percent without warps, without death warps.
I just realized Kirby has multiplied. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, PJ.
Oh, no,
Just
Feasel.
I'll be PJ. That's
just
fine.
make a tower of Kirby.
Tonight, I'll be PJ. Okay. Right.
Creepy. I won't be able to get to sleep tonight.
I will. Next up, Final Fantasy VI. So, I don't know why I'm surprised that Essentia goes and beats an old RPG run, but I guess I just lose track of which people. Yeah, I guess I lose track of which person's running which RPG. But who did someone watch this?
Yeah, I saw this run.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it was quite good. It's an improvement of I think she said 12 minutes, but I might be making that up. But it's a really large improvement over her old run on SDA.
It says 456 improvement.
456? Huh.
That's what it says there.
I wonder if that's real time or game time. Either way, it's a pretty large. Oh yeah, no, that's real time. She had a 502 or something. Yeah. But yeah, it's a really cool RPG to run because you really don't need anything to beat the game. You need characters to be able to split up your team, and then
that's a real good length for an RPG too. 5 hours. That's good.
Well, it's an incredibly long game,
boss.
so it's really impressive.
Yeah, exactly. Any of those ones. I mean, you go back and you're like, hey, if I just skip the text, it will still be it'll be near that. And then you're like, well, oh shit. I skipped every cutscene and text in the game and I'm still 20 hours.
Yeah.
But,
no, it's a real cool RPG because she uses Joker Doom on every boss.
I heard
the boss
perfect luck. I heard perfect Joker Dooms is what I was told.
Joker Doom isn't luck.
No. I changed my mind. I said it was perfect. But you can mess up, can't it?
Yeah, she did really well.
Yeah.
She had some pretty bad luck on the second tier of the final boss, I guess is what I would call it.
Second phase.
Yeah. Well, it's like a big tower. It's a second phase. And when she was going to get one of the optional characters, she kept getting pushed off the bridge in this map and lost a bunch of time. Just unavoidable. Which kind of stinks. But.
Okie doke. Yeah. Blaster Master 2.
Not it.
What game?
No way, not me.
The comment doesn't even say anything about this game.
It says everything.
It says everything about this game. All right.
This is a game. What more do you need to know?
Okay, so
Next game.
That's
That's all
the
you need
nicest
to
thing
know.
you can say about it.
Here's a taste of awful games done quick, then, because this is in that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I believe so. So 4020 by Uranium Anchor for any percent. Blaster Master on the Genesis is as good as you might expect.
Yeah.
It actually, in all honesty, it looks kind of cool. I'm sure I would hate it if I played it, but it looks cool just watching it.
It looks good. It looks
way better than it is.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it should be good because it's somewhat more complicated than the NES version of Blaster Master, and there's more different, more items, more different kinds of gameplay.
Yeah.
Plus, you have to use a Genesis controller, which is always more complicated.
Oh, right. It's always more fun to use the Genesis controller.
Wait, hang on. What's this bit?
So it has these sections where you're side-scrolling sections where you're a bigger guy, not just the little guy who pops out of the ship, and you fight bosses and things like that. It has these overhead views where you are in the car, which NES Blaster Master doesn't have, even the places where, with the side-scrolling part where you're in the car, and you get out and you're the little man running around, those parts are actually more complicated in this, it seems. Like, it seems like they actually is more like platforming and fighting in, a little guy who popped out of the vehicle mode as well. So it's got all these modes that
That's a good name for that mode.
Yeah, exactly. It's got all this stuff that the NES Blaster Master didn't have, so it seems like it should be a great game, but apparently once you play it, that all goes out the window.
Yeah, that's what happens when you make a port for the Genesis.
Look at this fish.
And look at this fish.
It's literally just a fish. Taking a
You're at
break
the doctor's office fighting the aquarium.
A huge battleship is approaching.
You're literally taking a break from blowing up enemies in your tank to just kill a few, animals.
I remember watching him play this for something. I think it might have been a bonus stream for one of the marathons.
Why is he going?
BQ, maybe?
That's
Fish boss too,
or is that a glitch?
See, no, your guy gets items. This has all the stuff that NES Blaster Master doesn't. Pretty cool. And then you turn into this ball, which lets you move really quick and be invincible for some things, and it's kind of interesting.
That's how they made it appeal to the Genesis audience. They're like, what are the Genesis audience like? They're like blue balls that make you go quicker. It's like, throw that one in there.
Yep.
Oh man. So yeah, I mean, it looks fun, but I mean that's the problem with awful games done quick. So you don't realize until you've done it, until you've played it. Okay, so next up is Star Wars 64.
Star
Wars.
That's why I wrote Lilac Wars, all right? Because I knew I'd do that.
Star Wars 64. Look out.
It's Star Fox 64, aka Lilac Wars in Europe. Much better name. And Oxford did a normal red line run, which is the hardest route throughout the game. And it's a 35:30, and Oxford said it was faster than the SDA time, but not that good, and he can improve it or something. So, yeah.
That sounds impressive. I mean, I remember playing this game when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I remember. It took me less than an hour. Of course, I didn't do the hard route either.
Yeah, I remember doing the hard route and fighting Star Wolf team for 25 minutes.
Yeah,
because they could then do the loops and
Star Wolf
barrel rolls, and oh my goodness. Anyway,
I always think of the awesome promotional video that Nintendo Power sent out before the game came out. It's like one of the coolest Nintendo promos.
I did not see that. You'll have to show that to me later, man.
It's awesome.
Okay.
I've never played multiplayer with Star Fox 64.
You never did?
No, that's the only thing I've ever
right, okay.
I've never actually played story mode.
We played it for a year before we found out that you could get tanks and play as the little dudes in story mode.
Yeah, the bazooka guy on the ground just crushes everything.
We didn't realise until a year. But anyway, Whiplash, which anybody know anything about this? I've not even heard of it.
I've never heard of this game ever.
I hadn't either.
Okay.
Watching the video was the first.
There's a highlight video then. So
yeah, we've got a clip though.
There's a clip. This is Whiplash on 360 on PAL. It's any% by 137.03 by Rueiki, which I asked him if that's how you say his name, and he said he doesn't know. So Rueiki is the answer. He was when I went up to my friend's tournament. He was playing it, and he wanted to. He wanted to call himself Rueiki for the thing, but my friend said, "No, you're going to be Rob. You're not allowed to have that name." So I actually do remember this game now. This way you're escaping from a science facility, and you're tied together.
Just escaping from the inside.
It seems like you're exactly. You're escaping from the
But yeah. Is this really on 360? I thought, or am I thinking of a different game that was on
Might
PS2?
be arcade.
This is 360.
It looks like a PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah, it looks like a PS1 game or a PS2 game.
It was probably
Might
initially
be
and then they added more collision detection.
Yeah, because you're playing a satellite weasel thing. It's Xbox/PS2.
Oh, original Xbox.
Oh, okay. Oops.
Alright, that's fine. Oh. Yeah, so you're like a rabbit and a weasel tied together, I guess. And you're escaping from the confines of boundaries. But how easy is this out of bounds? This is obscene.
Yeah, this doesn't even look like a challenge, even a little.
It's just stopped loading the boundaries now. After the first one,
it looks like
you did it.
He has to stay on floors, it seems. Or else he'll fall.
Yeah.
He just finished the level, apparently.
He just typed, "It's harder than it looks."
Oh, okay, well there you go. That's a good thing then. If it's harder than it looks, it means you're doing something right.
Yep.
What's this?
The boss fight?
The boss fight is done out of bounds as well. Wow.
This game should be renamed on
Fuck
the bounce run.
hitboxes, right? What's he even hitting? Oh, did it die?
Wow. The best comment you can add for this game is probably, "I go out of bounds."
Yeah. Sometimes I'm inbounds.
Whoa! It does have comments for it too.
Wow, that's
Spaces.
that reminds me of that Mario Party game where you can like hold the face.
Yeah.
Whatever, no, you gotta try and match the picture.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Hey. Whiplash by
Wow.
Reiki. Good job, sir.
Every week, a new face.
Every week a new face. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I can't take it anymore.
My brain. Ow.
Okay, right. And then this week we got a pair of Ocarina of Time records. One in the 3D version of the game on 3DS, which is an Any% New Game Plus, which, as PJ reminded me, is you can start with anything on B button.
Oh.
That's a 3652 by a Ben Stevens 1000. And yep. I mean, that's got wrong warps and stuff, has it? I guess.
It better.
Oh, yeah.
I got no idea.
That's short.
Yeah, it's quite short, so probably I don't know. And then also,
Once you said you can start with any weapon or any item on the B button, I was just imagining they finally made a Zelda game where you just load it up and it's like, all right, which items do you like to begin the game with?
yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
bottle it
bottle?
is.
What does
Yeah,
that mean? Like,
exactly.
Does that
Yeah,
include
what
bottle? Like
dungeons
you
do you
just
wanna do?
load up the game and start doing RBA?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. It's Ganonless. It has credit warp. So there you go.
Okay.
And then N64J in preparation for the 100% run at AGDQ, which you should watch and then stick around for the run after that one. Hint, hint, my run. Runner Guy got a 5:18:34, which is just,
Damn.
smashing that time. That was like over 6
It's like a
hours.
12-minute
Pieces of
saving or something.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw
Pretty
minus
good.
12 for his
Oh,
last
I was about to say.
12 minutes.
I was about to say it's pretty good, but apparently that's the comment for the
I think
game.
it saves like 7 minutes over the previous record, which SVA held.
Yep.
If I remember.
Running Guy's a beast. I usually
Yeah.
watch it.
Runner Guy's a
Sadly,
cool
I
dude.
missed this run since
Runner Guy missed, like,
You were asleep.
I woke up like 3 hours ago. So.
Hey, there's also Bookworm Adventures on PC, which I have no name ran Adventure Mode in
I've never heard this
1.309. PJ said it's essentially Scrabble.
Yeah, he's got a pretty long comment here.
Oh, does he?
It's pretty
You wanna read it?
surprised he managed to pull off a sub 2 hour run. Basically, he's just looking for 6 to 7 or 6 to 8 letter words. It's more or less like Scrabble.
Yeah.
Like you click on the letters, and then based on how long the words are or something, then
Yeah.
that's how much damage your attack does. I think.
There you go.
He says his limit's probably a 150. He had one death that cost about 2 minutes.
So it's edutainment, man. Edutainment. Okay, now this one is Sonic the Hedgehog 2006
I have heard a lot about this game.
on PS3. Again, another. So obviously you can tell we're at marathon time because half these runs are marathon runs, it seems.
Yeah.
Sonic 2006 is kicking off Awful Games, I believe. I think we go Sonic 2006 into Shadow the Hedgehog. And this is 360, whatever. And that's a cool PS3 icon actually. I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, there wasn't a system written down, so I just selected one
Yeah.
at random.
That's cool. Yeah. And this is Sonic's story, and keyword is story there, isn't it? I think we all know that. It's a 10530 by Parax, and it says I just started doing serious SS runs of this a couple of days ago, although I've been playing 06 for like 5 years. This is 2 minutes faster than the previous retro record. I'm going to improve this to 104, but I'm not sure if 103 or under is possible. Yeah, I mean, so why is this one bad? Is it the story, or is it just handles terribly, or?
I think it's like, I've heard things where you try to go on a loop-de-loop where it normally like scripts you to go around it, and sometimes it'll just make you fly off into a completely different direction and kill you.
Yeah.
I've heard things like that.
So I'm going to assume that at some point in this game you fall for a very long time and land at the exit goal. He did just run through a door there, but yeah, I'm sort of waiting for that clip, so we could get to that one any second in this highlight video. There's got to be one. Yeah, but does this one have... This has Silver the Hedgehog, right? This is the one with Silver the Hedgehog. Not Blaze the Cat, which I confused the two. They're pretty much the same.
Blaze the Cat.
Blaze the Cat. I may have made that one up from talking to Adam for too long, but I'm pretty sure that's yeah. There you go. Blaze is in this game too. There you go.
Blaze.
Blaze the Cat. It sounds like a stoner got a really good idea one night. He was just like, "Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty." But hey, I have trouble figuring out which are the bad 3D Sonics and which are the good ones. Depending on who you talk to, there are no good ones or they're all good or whatever. So
I just like isometric Sonics.
Yeah, this one looks pretty good.
Isometric.
This is another one of those games where I've been deliberately not watching at all, so I can be really surprised when I watch
I've successfully watched very little of Awful Games, so I'm quite proud of that one. So yeah, hey, there you go. Okay, right. Spyro Year of the Dragon. I cannot remember which one this is. Spyro 2?
3.
3.
Damn it. PSX, US version, 117%. Not the time, 117%. In 40818 by Toto Zegem. And so the new record is pretty close to a 5-minute improvement with some costly mistakes that resulted in me not getting sub 405. With some more practice and routing, 405 should come soon, and hopefully someday sub 4. And it still amazes me how long that is for 117%.
Yeah.
Because I remember when it first got given to me, it was like 420 for the show, or 430 or something like that. And I said to Surreal, like, "Oh, is this like the first time it's been run?" He's like, No, it's a pretty good route at the moment. So, Jesus. Like,
wow.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Okay, and then what's his name? Night Stalker?
Nightcrawler?
Nightcrawler, that's
talking about
yeah. Sorry, Night Stalker's my nickname. What? Did I say that? What?
On their way to your
X-Men 2 Attack of the Clones on Genesis, US version, any percent, 2750 by R.G. Gibson. And there's Congratio comments. Hang on. I'll go into that.
That video got deleted, so I can't link that,
Oh, did it?
sadly. Yeah.
If this takes any longer, okay. Surprised to get sub 28 too soon. Still 30 seconds of mistakes. There's teleport glitches in the video written there. So hey, you can link the Congratio one instead. Xebaz. So do that.
Not it.
Okay, speaking of not it, next game, not it.
Not it.
I'll talk about it.
Yeah,
not that I know anything about it.
Okay, Feasel's got it.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed watching it.
You know that the name's fucking awesome.
Yes, and I know that, most of everything about this game looks awesome, but I don't think I'd want to play it.
No, nothing about it. It's
it's a matter of opinion. So we have Dash Galaxy.
Only opinion's wrong. Is it a matter of...
I'm coming over there, so just be ready. See, that's all he was trying to do, is goad me to go over there and kick his butt. But Dash Galaxy and the Alien Asylum is a fantastic game for the NES that NES Kamikaze has beaten in 654. I believe we've had this on the show before. Was it also by NES? I seem to remember it was. I think he's just improving this. Is this an awful game done quick?
No.
It's not in Awful Games, but it's
really
an awful game.
should be.
Yeah.
It is an awful game and it's short.
It's short, so it might sneak its way in. Who knows?
That's what
that's
Stop putting it in there, man. I don't like it. Well, it might sneak its way in. Who knows?
I watched a test of this recently, and I think it was just when they started accepting vault submissions. Mm-hmm. But the test made me giggle a whole lot.
This one's got the most amazing jump animation, I remember.
Yeah.
They really put F into that one.
Yeah.
I like the sliding too. It looks like fun. It looks like it's an amusement park ride or like some playground thing.
Yeah.
Must be fun being this guy. And then these overhead views. I don't even know. They look like the puzzles are not very complicated. That one, you have to push a box to the left. It's very important. If you don't push the box to the left, you can't beat the level.
I love how he climbs ladders quicker than he runs.
Yeah. Yeah, he moves really slowly to the side.
Yeah.
Running is hard work.
And falls.
How slowly did he fall?
Slowly, too.
He didn't even die there. Look at that. Look at that jump. Perfect form. He spots the
That
land.
landing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The walking reminds me of one of those terrible games.
This one?
He looks like the guy in Rolling Thunder.
I forgot what the game is called. Like,
That's great. Thank you, Xebaz.
you're welcome. Yeah, that's the Unlikely or whatever it's called. Reminds me.
Oh, yeah.
Of,
But his running animation changes halfway through.
yeah.
I'm just waiting for the game where there's an obvious part where it loops. Congratulations. Is that a 4
Wow.
instead of an 8?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Look at all those exclamation points. The game is really happy that you stuck with it.
Okie dokie. Now, hey, would you believe it? Another game that's HDQ, Earthbound on SNES. The US version, anything glitchless in 5.18.30 by Skateman222. He's doing this with Mickey Mage, right?
Yep.
Fisher Rob, whatever the number is.
Tag Team Earthbound.
Yep. And he's got a little comment here. It says, did I really just skip all the 520s and go from 531 to 55 to 5.18.30? Whoa!
With just as many exclamation marks as Dash Galaxy?
Yeah, exactly. I can confirm that I can even get this down lower to under 515. I still had a couple of silly mistakes that were completely under my control. Sad face. Other than that, though, the route is looking super sick. And I can't wait to run this game with Mickey Mage at AGDQ very soon. There you go. Check that one out. That is Earthbound is one of the 2 big RPGs at the marathon alongside Final Fantasy IX. So check that one out if you're an Earthbound fan. If you like monkeys with bubblegum flying and landing on Loch Ness monsters. Admittedly, the game's slightly less entertaining when you actually meet the characters that are in the credits at the end, but
Yeah.
I guess you know.
Yeah.
Next up is a longer RPG, Lost Odyssey. It's 360 PAL, any percent, in 8:30:30, which I seem to recall this being a monstrously long game.
Wow.
Like, really long, so...
Well, an 8.5 hour
Well, you
speedrun.
remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah, it's long. So this is by Potato Handle, who PJ enjoyed his name, and we said we don't know if the run's any good or not, but hey, probably is. And there's Congratio.
With a name like that, how could it not?
Yeah,
be?
exactly.
Yeah, there's a Congratio
To be honest,
post in it.
Potato Handle was like half the reason he got in. So,
So there's your strategy for getting on the show.
oh wait, you made another bad news baseball highlight, Feasel.
Oh yeah,
Go
of
for
course.
it, dude.
I'm excited.
All right.
I can't wait.
Bad news baseball.
This doesn't have a comment, does it?
Well, he had a comment, but it applied to the previous previous run.
okay, that's
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
Congratio had a 65,000 character limit on it, so he couldn't type all. But
but so this is down to 232, and what was it last time we had on the show? It was like 240 something, wasn't it?
I think something like that. Yeah.
315.
Oh, it was. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, yeah. So basically, I think
How much do you remember of the last comment, Steve?
I love the fielders that
Yeah.
just waddle in instead of actually. Oh, those guys are great.
Has he played? Has he
We need
changed
to get a
team?
gif of that.
Does he just bunt for every hit in the game?
He bunts for the first 3.
I like how it's
And then-
completely obvious she's going to bunt it.
right.
Well, he's
he does.
he's got to get 10 runs, doesn't he? For the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Someone
shutout.
needs-
He's winning by shutout rule,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Someone needs to make a gif of those pitches like waddling like that.
That's
Can
good,
he
man.
do? Is there a way to change the camera? Because there's a lot of lag when everybody's moving around.
Yeah.
The lag reduction would probably take a few seconds off.
Those are some impressive bunts too.
Yeah.
Like,
Wonder how much luck is in this run.
I know, but
Or
he
aim
seems
the
to be
bunts
playing
in.
as a team of the same woman many times. She's obviously
Yep.
got really good at bunting.
Yeah.
Let's go, Isabel.
Yeah. That was a good bunt.
Oh,
Ooh, got out.
so the run is improvable.
Yeah,
There we go.
reset. That's the reset.
Yep.
They all called Ruth as well.
It's a good name. just stick with it.
Oh, no, that's Mary. Oh, and Sally too.
No, Sally's the pitcher, I think.
Oh, is it? Are they all
Yeah.
female characters?
Wait, who's Linda now? Linda and Joanna, they both changed?
Oh,
Oh, it's a different... Okay.
yeah, they swapped.
It's the other team now.
You
It's
know,
a single.
Oh, I see.
It's a single ambidextrous brunette.
Look at
That's
this.
it.
110 miles an hour.
Jesus.
Those are some punches.
My God. They did
Better
not.
out indeed.
Wow. Oh, and they won a car.
Oh, hey, all right.
That cat is so impressed.
Well, there you go. All right. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Genesis, US version, any % Tails, HDL improved his time again. 27 minutes game time at 38:06 real time. You got some Gratio comments. I'm too lazy to go open them. But he's just sort of crushing these Knuckles times and Tails times. So it's pretty cool to see a game that. Well, because when I first started speedrunning, I was like, man, there must be loads of Sonic speedrunners. I figured there will be the more Sonic speedrunners and Mario Brothers 1 speedrunners than any others. And I guess I was totally wrong, but it's cool to see somebody doing it, especially because he's consistently improving time. So, okay, now Xebaz and Znernicus, you need to do this one for us.
Booty hunt.
Yes, because there is a highlight.
Actually, I watched part of this. earlier.
Only
I
part of it.
I was intrigued by it. I was like, what is this game?
I've watched him done it before, so
Perfect.
You
Go
play
for
as a pirate. Who
Yeah.
yeah, you
walks
play as a
around.
pirate and you fly around and you.
And there's a trick that reminds me of leaf pumping in Wind Waker, if you've seen that.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah, you can extend your flight by continuing to begin your glide over and over again to get that extra.
Also, since it's any % you sillily just jump on top of the mountain.
Yeah, you don't have to do all the stuff. You just go straight to the mountain that you need to. It's basically, it took a page out of DK64's book in that you walk up to walls and then they let you through very courteously.
It's because you
Yes.
give them the secret code.
When I saw
Yeah.
Minion play this some days ago, it wasn't this run, but someone in this chat asked me when I'm actually gonna play the real PC game, hinting to this, and I said, when someone fixes so you can ABH and
It
so
looks
someone
like
someone go program it so you
I've
can.
The walking animation is
Yeah.
really silly. for
I
those
say I've
legs.
never noticed this before, but it looks like he's roller skating.
You might be.
Yeah.
It does look
It's
like
faster.
that.
Pirates game.
His feet move to the side when he walks. It's really weird.
Minion, your game sucks.
Did he like patch this just for his run?
I think he patches it every
Take
time
out-
someone comes close to beating him.
Yeah. Oh, hey guys, I found a new out of bounds against this wall. Are you sure? It's solid on my
Download
version.
it.
Nope.
Download it again and check.
Yeah.
The world record really depends on this mountain jump, at least
Yeah,
what
this
I've
mountain
like-
climb does not look intended at all.
I love any game where you can walk up vertical walls.
Yeah.
like when you said, like the mountain is like the round killer, since it's so like inconsistent most of the time.
I am still impressed by how this game looks. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty good. So obviously, for those who don't know in the chat, this is Minion's school project, or one of them, and he made this game, I assume, with other people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good game, and this is skipping everything, but it's like a big collector quest. It's sort of like a Spyro game. There's just gems to collect. all over the place.
0% complete. 6
Yes,
coins.
it's 0%. So there's a bunch of things.
0%.
Yeah.
0% though.
So there you go.
You did
The OP.
nothing. You accomplished nothing in this race.
But congratulations, you beat the game.
Yeah.
Okay. PJ, do you want to tell us how good Garrison is, the Super Metroid?
I didn't see this run.
Oh, did
Feasel,
you not?
Did you watch this one?
I didn't. I missed this one. I have some random comments that what Garrison said after the run, but I can
Wait, can I
Yeah, but
read
let's-
Sinister's comment?
This beats
Go for
Cat Power, right?
Yes,
It does. This is a new world record. Beats Capcom.
Okay. Congrats on retaking the world record, Garrison. You're a true champion of the SSM speedrunning and deserve this record for all the hard work you put in, as well as all. Fuck off. I gave up.
Oh, well done on that.
Thanks, man. I tried. I got really close, but there's the Deer Force. It's making nobody's even noticed.
No.
But yeah, Garrison 47-26. So.
And this is a 31 in game, right?
Hope
Yeah,
so.
this is a 31, so that's tied with Haruki's and with Cut Power's 31s, except this is now the fastest real time as well, so that's
There
awesome.
you
Awesome.
But anyway, so apparently he had, if I remember correctly, he had great Phantoon luck, and that had a lot to do with it. I believe he said that, where do I have it? He said that, if he hadn't had such great Phantoon luck with the execution he had, it would have been something more like a 4750.
Wow.
Yeah. He says most of the time was lost due to luck on ammo, but luck is the reason he was ahead in the first place, so can't really complain too much.
Yeah.
But hopefully he's still going at it. But he said this is, I guess, something that he might consider submitting, right?
Yeah, I saw he was looking for submission info, so that would be pretty cool.
That'd be cool. Needs a
Got to
good run
put your
on the
stake in the
site.
ground somewhere.
Yeah, get an updated Super Metroid.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII on PSP, US version. This is any % New Game Plus. So if you're wondering where the hour went, that's where it went. This is by Rini MT, who says, after getting trolled in regular attempts, I decided just to do a New Game Plus run again. Managed to beat my old time by about 5.5 minutes, which is good because I think I'm officially done with this category. If I wanted to go watch a movie, well, I'd go watch a movie. That game's pretty fun, Crisis Core, but New Game Plus, I'm going to assume you start max level, or whatever level you would be.
Tons of equipment or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
or equipment, something like that. I never got around to doing the second time through, but that's like an hour off, so that's pretty cool. I can see why Rini wanted to, save an hour of her time.
Yeah.
Alright, Sonic CD, Foot Big Might, 1237 says, still not satisfied, going for 1220 something. I'm looking forward to that at the marathon.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't realize it was that good. It's really good. I thought it was meant to be bad. I confused it with Sonic.
No, it's an actual good game.
I confused it with Sonic 3D, which was where I made my mistake.
Is that a game? Sonic 3D?
I think there's a Sonic 3D, right? Where you're like...
I mean, there's a 3D Sonic.
You're isometric, aren't you? Sonic 3D.
Isometric Sonic? Wow.
Yeah, my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta try that.
Yeah, Sonic 3 last, right?
There you go. Sonic 3D, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
3D
It's got
class.
flickies in it, right?
It has got
game.
flickies in it. And it's got these like spinny wheel things that spin you for you, so it's great.
That could be any game. You're just making up stuff now.
See,
Oh yeah,
hey,
the
look,
elevator.
we're getting further away from my segue, PJ.
Okay, fine.
Speaking of isometric games, Bastion got a bit destroyed this week, or in the last week. They found...
That's what you did there.
Yeah, no, you get it, because they're both isometric.
Well done.
Yeah, thanks, man. There is a comment here from Lawyer Dog. Now, I'm going to assume that's not Lawyer Dog SR, but it's Lawyer Dog Senior. And so I really want it to be Lawyer Dog Senior. Just the idea that there might be a Lawyer Dog Junior somewhere out there. But
Lawyer Dog TG.
yeah. So this is Bastion PC New Game Plus any % in 29.29. And some of you, I just need to point this one out now. That is including loading times, and the last record on the show didn't have loading times in it. This is about 18 minutes 36 seconds faster than the old route. Here's a little comment. This is real time with loading screens included, unlike the record that was on TSSB before that had loading screen time removed, since it turns out loading screens are the same for all PCs. So hey. There you go, that's pretty good. It's about 1836 faster than the run that was on TSSB before, mostly due to the discovery of a new trick to duplicate cores or shards, accidentally found by Incalex. This trick allows us to skip entire levels. It was figured out. I was able to figure out how it happened and can replicate it some of the time, and the STA Bastion thread has been working with people trying to figure out how to do it this week. Right now, it's extremely unreliable, so getting a good run with duplications is hard. We'll find a better setup and see how much lower this time can go. So, from what I recall of my brief time with Bastion, is you get the cores and it unlocks new shops and that, which I guess actually is kind of irrelevant, seeing as this is New Game Plus. But you need the shards to unlock later stages, right? Is that true? Have any of you guys played this?
I don't know. I've never played it.
I've played it.
I think you need
to play it.
Yeah, I think you need the cores and shards to unlock new stages, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But, so yeah, I mean, it allows you to skip a chunk of the game if you can duplicate them. And obviously by the fact that it's 18 minutes 36 now. Faster. That's significant amount. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So, those guys are going to keep working at this game, breaking it down, destroying it. And I know there's quite a lot of posts in that thread. There's quite a few guys working at it, so that's always cool to see. But yeah. Did we get a loading screen in here this highlight?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, we did. Well, what's going on?
Yeah,
I don't even know what we're watching.
Spoilers, this is the ending.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dang. Discuss. Oh shit.
Huh.
Oh god, I read all that
Okay.
text. I know what happens. So did he just put the ending
Yeah.
in his highlight video?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
because he
going
skipped
straight to
through.
the end. Okay, right. To prove you.
Oh.
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
Okay, right, now Spyro the Dragon, 120% on PlayStation, US version, and 142.47 by Surreal. It says pretty good movement, but a couple of stages went really bad. Got to aim for 140, 130 now. And I think I was meant to say something. What did he say? Oh, Surreal hates this time. Yeah, probably.
Right.
Yep.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
Commander Keens have been done again. Zarthok did these. Was it last week or the week before?
2 weeks ago, Cosmo
weeks ago.
got the any percent with skips.
Yeah. Yeah, he did, didn't he? And so
Yeah.
Zarthok improved his own glitchless run with an 1849 and then took back the any percent with skip. Any percent. In
Did he
230.
Did he take it back?
Was
I don't
this-
think he had. I don't think he had it before.
Oh, did he not have it in the first place? You
No,
sure?
you might be thinking of Commander Keen.
I know
Four?
4. No, but I thought Zarthok took any percent and then Cosmo improved it.
Maybe then. I'm not sure. This
I
beats
thought
Cosmo
Cosmo
by
did have the
one
record.
Like
1
5
second.
1 second. There you go.
Wow.
But yeah, and I guess it's going to keep going down. So Cosmo is Keen 5 and 6 are going to be at the marathon. So Zarthok helping out Cosmo there and routing that for him. I think I'm pretty sure at the rate it's going, Cosmo's going to have no record, no bests in any of the games. He's
I
run.
think I think everybody's just trying to prevent him from practicing Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, I think
Because like every
Yeah, I
time
really
he
hope he gets back to that.
they're ganging up on the Banjo
he streams
community.
it for like one day, and the next day it's like, oh, psst, Cosmo, guess what? I beat all your Commander Keen records.
Yeah,
Actually,
Like Demon-
Chronic is behind all this.
yeah.
Plays Wind Waker for like a week straight.
Yeah, Demon will be like, oh, hey, remember Wind Waker, that game you play a bit? Yeah, I beat your time.
Yeah,
This and that.
yeah. Oh, and
No,
the
Cosmos
task
trying to the band.
community, the task community found some new skips too. So, yeah.
Someday he'll be able to play Banjo again.
One day.
Hopefully before AGDQ.
Okie doke. Speaking of not having a good segue, Wario World.
Oh,
the
the
game.
anti-segue. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you.
Well played.
This is a game that I played a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I beat it or not, but I know I got real far.
Hmm.
So Omega Galax, who has a great mustache,
He does.
has a 58 any percent in this game.
He's not
And I
got
completely forgot that someone was working on this until
this
I saw
hard.
this in the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. So it's a 3D Wario platformer.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect it to be good at all, but it's actually a lot of fun.
I've
He
never
still
seen
runs
this
like he
game
does in
ever.
Wario Land.
Yeah.
I like
So this thing that he's doing right now, circling around here, I remember they're like these forced battle, like arena type things. But I guess
Yeah, I was
if
guessing.
you don't enter it, then you can just skip it completely.
You just don't set foot on the platform. And
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I
take
guess
it. It's cool.
he goes around the trigger, I guess, for the
Wario is sneaky.
It's sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty fun game, though. You've got to break through those floors, and then you do like this small little level.
So
like,
many forgotten platformers, man.
Yeah, I
So
never even
many.
knew this existed. This looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, it's a real fun game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a whole lot.
Nice.
It's just silly. It's a lot of fun to play.
I like the way he walks. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is one of
Well,
those
what's he doing?
He's
running around and
What
just
the
smash it.
hell?
That's a nice
This
move.
guy's strong.
Yeah, Wario was ruthless.
How
These
did-
guys were just wanting to
The
say hi.
Matrix scene here.
He picks up one of the enemies and uses the
Yeah,
same
he just massacred those clowns.
This game looks fun.
Why is he killing clowns?
Yeah, this is a really great
Well,
game.
clowns are evil, so
I don't think clowns are evil, except maybe this one that has.
It's
I'm
got
sure the plot line describes it.
I'm sure it doesn't. So, he's in a nice level. I don't
right
know,
before
man.
I moved, I was looking through the GameCube games that I was packing up, and I saw this one. I was like, "Oh man, I should play Wario World again.
Mm.
It's a fun game." And then I looked up on SDA to see if anybody did anything with it, and I found a whole bunch of stuff.
Wow.
So I'm real
Okay.
glad that he's actually working on it. It's pretty awesome.
Flicky, someone asked you a question. Why aren't you killing clowns?
I don't have anything against clowns. I guess I was just that guy who, when somebody said, "Oh man, have you ever really thought about it? Clowns are really creepy," and I just said, "No, they're not. They're just dudes dressed up." Like,
That's creepy.
if a dude dressed up is creepy, then you shouldn't watch any movies ever, because it's the scariest thing you've ever seen. But, regardless. Majora's Mask, low percent, making its way back onto the show. Goron Guy, 325.55. It's on Virtual Console. Do we know what this entails yet?
Still got no idea what this
There's
is.
a
I don't
sheet
actually know
or
the
something.
definitions.
Yeah, there's a paste bin or something like that.
I'm
But
not sure how many things
there-
you can
All I
skip.
know is he hovers forever. Like,
Yeah.
you have to like
Oh,
stop
yeah.
for like 40, 50 minutes.
yeah.
It's the
Does he
only
blast mask?
yeah, he only uses
Mask
plasma.
Oh,
Oh, thank God. This is officially the coolest run ever then.
Like he doesn't even buy bombs, like any bombs. He used to
Good.
get the blast mask and hovers with that. And
there you go. There's the paste. The left side.
glitches and stuff found that you could bomb hover in the fairy fountain too. Like
Yeah.
you found a way you could ice chi in the fairy fountain. So yeah.
Well, I think Out of Bounds seems to be a bit of a theme of the day.
Yeah.
Amnesia: The Dark Descent on PC. Any percent in 28.55 by Mr. Weebles, who also runs Banjo-Kazooie, which I find adorable. He runs two very different games, but Amnesia
Yeah.
is, well, first of all, it's indie, which means it's broken. Second of all, it's an FPS, which means it's broken. And third, it's a PC game, so it's totally broken. So, I mean, this game is just a mess of brown. I have no idea what this highlight video is going to be. Just going to be
There's
a lot of
jumping out of bounds.
a lot of brown that nobody really understands.
So did Mr.
Mr.
Weebles have the record
Weebles.
before, or was that Adam AK?
Okay, so
Adam, I
Andre
think it was.
had it apparently.
Oh.
There is
Oh.
yes, there is a
I think
message.
the way this works is
This-
like you climb on things
this
and then
jump,
you go out
this
through the
jump.
ceiling.
Yeah, you basically work your way up to where they couldn't be bothered to program any more walls. Yeah. Okay, so Andre took the record about a week ago with a 29.22, so I started doing lots of attempts again. Got this one on my first attempt from Wednesday night, still had about plus 30 from a couple of bad rooms, but a really good one otherwise. Probably another 15 seconds can come out of this without it needing any insane luck or new strategies. So there you
So
go.
you're just running right past the monster?
Yeah. Because,
While you're in a cutscene like that, the monster doesn't recognize you.
Great.
I remember it right, so you can just like basically hug the monster and it doesn't give a shit.
Nice. Just took the one major threat out of the game.
Yeah.
Well, that's all this game is just like an adventure game now.
Hug monster run.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think once you're not scared of the monster, this game changes drastically. And
Yeah.
once you're doing this, it changes even more. But, it's ridiculously broken. It's a mess.
Yeah.
And it's getting
So,
a lot of good competition, too. There's
It is.
several
There's
speedrunners.
3 runners. Yeah, at least 3 doing it now.
I was actually planning on running this.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't know, I might pick it up.
I think it's just one of those games, like the idea of running it just appeals so much. Like the same with Demon Souls Dark Souls appeals to people, because if you say to someone from this current generation what's an unspeedrunnable game, they might well list this and Demon Souls, you know. It's not something you would expect people to run. I imagine people thought it would be very different to what it's actually like. I.e. not broken.
There should be the shovel clip in this highlight, though.
Yeah, I'm really.
Shovel clip is so silly.
I'm really amazed that
I've
nobody.
seen does he use box clips where like you hold a box inside of yourself and then like save and then reload and you're out of bounds? I've seen that. I don't know if that's in this run.
See, I'm amazed that people didn't go out of bounds all the time in this game, because you're constantly hugging walls because you're scared as hell, and then you like. I'm amazed people didn't just like clip through them. Like when they
Maybe that's
like,
how it was originally found.
This is basically hump rocks get out of bounds.
Hump rocks.
Get out of bounds. That's my new motto. Alright. PJ.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
PJ happens to be a mischief maker.
You're a bit of a mischief maker, aren't you, PJ?
I am.
We got
a
64
new Mischief Makers
Yeah.
run in 5844 by Not Peaches.
Yes.
By Elfador.
We had to confirm that Alphador wasn't an anagram of peaches.
We did
These are
some real
different people.
digging.
We consulted with your name here, the Scrabble guy, and he confirmed that definitely isn't actually an anagram of peaches. Because I thought maybe that D, we'd got it wrong, and it wasn't a D, it was a P, like we'd just drawn it wrong, but it turns out not peaches.
Yep, Not Peaches. So I made a highlight video and I forgot to upload it because I'm amazing.
Oh, cool, so do we not get one?
Just narrate it for us.
Okay, perfect, so...
Just we'll play that highlight reel over something else that doesn't have one. Like the next run.
Okay.
But
Okay,
yeah,
we'll
apparently
flip
he's
this
been
on.
playing this game
A
for
long
a
time.
while, and
Yeah.
then saw that Peaches had a pretty good time, and then decided to start
They
speedrunning it
work
more seriously.
together. Yeah, that's pretty much what his comment was, so...
If by work together you mean crush him and
Yeah.
make him cry.
He says he probably, he made two big mistakes, and they would go, he probably would have got 58-ish, close to 58, and his goal now is about 58. He reckons 57-30 is doable with more skill and more luck. And he also has some shout-outs to Vasey, the old Majora's Mask crowd, Comical Flop, and Peaches. So, there you go. Credit where it's due. Oh, here we go.
Here it is. We got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a real insane game.
Mm. Do you want to talk about it then, PJ?
Do I want to talk about it? Yeah.
gosh.
I think I remember Peaches saying that to do this hover thing, you have like a 1 or 2 frame window. You have to press like C up and then like B or something. Like a really awkward button combination to do. So Peaches does like crazy claw grab style
Yeah.
to do it. Actually, I guess it would be piano style. Use
It's another
right claw
thing.
is thumb plus a finger, and piano is just fingers.
I can't remember.
I never heard of those.
You've never heard of it. Well, you're a PC player, so you've
No,
never
I mean I
heard of
play
any-
N64 things too. But I never heard piano style used.
Piano style is used in fighting games. Arcade stick pianoing
Yeah, that
is when you, if you have to tap, do any of the rapid presses in Street Fighter, which is 5
Yeah,
buttons, you
I think
piano
it's
the buttons.
awesome.
But yeah, watching Peaches do a speedrun is like completely different
Yeah.
than just like watching the speedrun itself.
Yeah, doing the seeing controller cam. Sometimes some games controller cam is very entertaining, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hover is basically real hard. And they do it constantly.
There's one of those games where the controller cam should be bigger than the game cam.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the person who does actually wait, Nevius did an 18-hour Persona with controller cam.
RPG.
I didn't really
Yeah,
an RPG, yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Okay, so Warrior Land 4 as well on GPA. Mike89 working his way through all the difficulties. We have no idea what these difficulties mean. maybe slightly different stage layouts. Probably some things are instant death when they weren't before. You don't really know. But he
Shorter run back timer.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Don't know. A 1:17:04 on 80% super hard. That's how much slower do we find? 7 minutes slower than his hard runs?
Yeah, his hard mode was like 110-ish.
Yeah, so we don't really know, but hey. And then we got Mega Man Battle Network 6 Psybeast Greygar, which is, totally easy to remember and say.
Yep.
That's on GBA, US version, any percent. Actually, it might not be US version, I don't know for sure. In 250.59 by 4:27. He said it was optimized with smoother play, and he's going for sub 250. I don't think he thought he could get like that close to 250 this soon, but hey, speedrunners like to surprise themselves and other people quite a lot.
Yep.
This one, PJ, do you want to take this one?
I can talk about it a bit.
Yeah.
If anybody else knows about this game more, you can feel free to chime in.
No.
But Darkwing Duck's been working
I
on
seem
this.
to recall this actually. Doesn't this have absolutely god-awful voice acting?
I don't know if it has any
I don't
voice.
think so.
No? Okay, I'm thinking of something else then.
So this is EVO, The Search for Eden, in 5035 by Darkwing Duck. He's been working on this a bunch lately. This is the game, you might remember the highlight clip where you're a fish or a dinosaur. You eat the other fishes and dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah!
Right.
Yep.
That was awesome.
The evolution simulator.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
It's
played
a
as an
pretty neat
SUDQ, I
concept.
think.
Yeah, he did do that.
Eating various organisms.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So,
And I
Pretty
think this
cool
is about
concept.
30. This is a pretty substantial improvement over his previous. I think his previous was like 51. Was pretty close to 51. I
Yeah,
think.
5101 it looks like.
Yeah, it's 51.0 something. But yeah, 51.01. So
Well, there you go.
that's a pretty substantial improvement. But I'm sure he's not happy with it.
probably
because
not.
That's how
Yeah,
it
I'm
is.
sure.
Although he might be happier because he doesn't have somebody else to beat at it. I think. But yeah, cool. Good job, Darkwing Duck. And then we're at the final run of the night, which has a highlight video again, which could well just be the same thing from last
Should
week.
I also name how fun it looks that just because S has such a huge comment, his name is just like a single letter in the middle of the box.
Yeah.
It does look pretty good. Yeah.
We forgot the punctuation.
So
Yeah, there we go, that's better.
I'll leave it to you two, Znernicus and Xebaz, to finish this one up for us.
Well, I watched S do some Half-Life 2 episode 2.
Yeah, same here. I haven't
He
actually
watched. He wants me to race like all the time, but I have no idea how to run it. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you want to race?" I'm like,
I don't run it.
No.
The game has ABH and I think ASH, accelerated
Yeah.
side hopping as well. So you can move along the landscape really fast. He also uses
object flying.
his object. Yeah, there's object flying where you grab and
It's a
ungrab an object
script.
really, really fast.
Oh,
It's-
that's
I'm just
it's-
waiting
style.
for someone to actually do a scriptless run and do object flying.
The scriptless object flying is really difficult.
Yeah,
You have to-
I've done it like well, a little bit. And here we go. Here's the
What?
picture.
It's great.
Yeah.
What?
It has something to do
This
with
is like the best part of the run.
He
Like,
explained it when he was on the show, PJ.
I
Yeah.
gotta rewind that here. Instant
It
replay.
Yeah.
doesn't matter how much you explain.
it's a physics deform glitch. I'm pretty sure.
It
Where-
happens in a bunch of the
It's-
Source games.
it reminds me of Amnesia, the shovel. Like if you jump on the shovel, it like just bounces you out of bounds and into another part.
Yeah, it's something it's in a bunch of Source games where you just sort of load things with energy almost, and then you
Yeah.
touch it and
Exactly.
it unleashes the energy. There were similar things in Left 4 Dead. If you punched turrets enough, when you jumped on them, they would just shoot you off into the air.
In some random direction. Which you have no
It's
So you can see how fast
it-
he's moving. Just
It happened once all too that for Jesus, he was like playing custom chambers and his cubes and balls like went all weird. So when he like touched them, he just like flung in the air.
Oh yeah, you can get that to happen if you like stick a cube inside of a closed door. Like close the door on a cube, and then it can like you'll actually see like black smoke come out of it, and it's like it's loaded with energy. If you
was
touch
just
it.
it was just a free ball, like laying on the ground. And if
Wait,
you
really?
jump- yeah. You just,
I don't know why that happens.
But
I-
should
I've seen
video
cube
about it
doors, too.
somewhere.
I just think it's really funny how they like have smoke coming off of them, like they're under a lot of pressure.
Dude, man, I'm busy. Stop it.
Yeah.
All right.
The thing I like most about this submission is that when S was on the show, he sent us a PM.
Yeah.
And now, when he's not on the show, he sends it to Xebaz to give to us via Skype. Instead,
Yeah, it was me, I think.
Yeah.
The next one will arrive by bicycle messenger for this next
Yep.
one.
He just got this run a
Just,
couple hours
a
ago.
pigeon will just land on
Yeah.
PJ's window. It's like, what's this? Oh, God, it's S's goddamn comment. All right. Hey, we're done with all that stuff, and there's no real news. Aside from Congratio's getting some cool stuff from Chronicies, but I don't really know all the details and whatnot, so I guess we should probably save that till it's fully implemented. But Congratio now has its own submission form where you can leave comments and whatnot, and looks like it could well start becoming a very good database for stuff. So Chronicies once again proving that she's the best, and definitely something the speedrun community needs.
Yeah.
It needs a Chronicies.
Chronicies for president.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
And aside from that, AGDQ is so close.
It's real.
AGDQ.
So close.
Can't wait.
It starts in 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 weeks
gotta
today.
practice.
So 3 weeks from now, you'll be watching AGDQ.
And if you're not, we're going to find you.
Except we'll wait until after AGDQ.
Well, yeah,
because we'll be watching it.
'Cause
Otherwise,
I'll have my carrier pigeons out scouting people out.
PJ's crew of pigeons.
Yeah. If there's a bird on your windowsill staring in and watching you, you know why.
There's one.
He'll
standing
head
outside
out
my
to
window
his.
right now.
He'll head out to his car and open his boot, and pigeon will fly out. Go! But yes, start spreading the word if you haven't already, man. AGDQ coming so soon. And speaking of AGDQ, I guess we should mention next week is what's it called?
Christos
Christ's Mass.
Christos Owensmas.
What?
Next week, so there won't be a show because PJ and Feasel and possibly Duckfist are being good sons and daughters and going off to see their parents. And I'll still be here. So if anybody wants to do their own Sunday sequence break with me, I'll still be about. But
but we're not telling you the password to broadcast. So
dude, I told you, I'll just broadcast a Monkey Marathon Private 1. I've still got those details.
Yeah.
So next week there won't be a show. Go enjoy Christmas, for Christ's sake. If not, I know a lot of good alcohol that you can pick up and enjoy. So, hit me up if you want to know that. After that, though, is going to be... it's going to be the AGQ DQ hype episode. Yeah. It's going to be us four. I think we're all here. It's the 30th, so it's not even New Year's Eve, so...
We can pretend, though.
We can pretend. We'll make out at midnight, I guess. But
that's when the show starts, isn't it, for you?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Got to get off to a good start, PJ.
That's what the intro is going to be.
The
intro reel's playing. We got 2 minutes.
The plan is, I think, we haven't actually discussed this, but I came up with an idea, which is we would pick a run each and talk about it and talk it up or something, or we'd just go through the whole list. I don't fucking know.
S is complaining about there's no Q&A.
So,
all right.
No, didn't we say
remind us of the Q&A questions.
Yeah, we mentioned that
already.
Yeah, I said during the show, I said we're doing dynamic questions.
Oh, no one really asked anything.
Dynamic.
Yeah, we didn't really get any ones that we didn't cover.
No one was paying attention to you, Flicky.
It's all right, man. Don't worry about it. But
if you have any questions, you can save them up for 2 weeks from now, and then we'll ignore them real hard.
But it'll be us four on the AGDQ episode, and four other people going to AGDQ will be on the show.
Whoa.
As I said, we're all picking one person each, and prediction is 3 Duckfists and a Feasel going to be our guests.
I was going to pick 4 Tampas.
4 Tompas. Is Tompa going?
Is Tampa going? Who are you?
Is he running anything?
He's running the test demonstration.
He's doing DKC race, isn't he, with TJP? Yeah, okay.
And he's doing live tasking demonstrations.
So there you go. So maybe we got Tompa on the show, so check that one out. So next week, enjoy Christmas, or I heard Americans have things that aren't Christmas, so whatever they are, enjoy those. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Any last shout-outs from our guests or anything?
Well,
all
shout-outs
four
to...
runners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
How about Zero Cool, Jesus,
Kolfra.
Isolytic, Kofra, yes,
A
S.
personal shout-out to Kolfra. Wink, wink.
Oh.
I know we're gotta be forgetting people. Hold on.
Yes.
So,
Also,
yeah.
one last thing I forgot.
no.
Obviously, we're trying this sort of better version of the show that's going to be a bit shorter and a bit more in depth and close together and whatnot. If you have any constructive criticism, send it over to me. I guess you could send it to the others, but I'd prefer if you send it to me because PJ gets people moan at him and I don't. So
Yeah, I only take unconstructive criticism.
Yeah.
So if you have any of that, send it over.
yeah, I'm kind of down a wall on my house. So if you could send anything constructive over, I can get some heat back in for the winter. But yeah, excellent. Thanks very much again, Xebaz.
Wait. I got one more.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Well, it should have probably gone, I guess, like right after the records, but I want to give a quick shout out to Dexter because he got a 1203 Ninja Gaiden,
Oh,
which ties Arcus's best.
didn't he get mad because it could have been sub 12 if he hadn't messed something up?
Well, sure, it could have been.
He can save like 2.5 seconds on.
Well, I thought that was
Act
one
2.
specific thing, but hey, 1203s, let's good. We'll do it. Race sub 12, man.
So now we have 2 guys at 1203 and EXO with the world record still at 1202. So that's a ridiculous skill
Wow.
cap.
That's
It's
really
getting
close.
real hype.
But yeah, anyway, so again, thanks to Xebaz and Znernicus for being our special guests this week.
It was
Thanks
fun.
for having us.
That's no problem. And obviously, thanks to PJ Feasel for being PJ and Feasel. But the other way around, PJ for being Feasel and Feasel for being PJ.
Right.
And,
I've been practicing real hard.
and Duckfist for running everything beautifully once again, Duckfist.
Well, thank you.
A few minor things with your internet, but actually, you know what?
It held up really
Stable
well.
this really well, yeah.
Yep.
And again, excellent. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go follow our 2 guests as well on Twitch and the show.
Thank you.
Tell your
Post them in
friends.
the chat, too.
And yeah, excellent. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Good night, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.
There we go.
Whoa. He's delayed. We gotta try that again.
Real-
What is
We'll have to edit that out. We can
Real-
fix that.
this? You ruined it.